history for Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
It's a Titan victory!
It was 1 year ago, nearly to the day, that the Illinois Wesleyan Titans cut down the nets in their first official CCIW tournament championship in Kenosha. Something the Titans have yet to do is cut down their own nets after a CCIW championship. The Titans hope that first time is tonight. From Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, this is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball from the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin Men's Basketball Championship. It is the 12th-ranked Illinois Wesleyan Titans taking on the third-seeded Blue Jays from Elmhurst University. Good evening, I'm Eric Stalk along with Joel Swanson. Glad to have you with us tonight, and we have been here before. The Titans would love nothing better than to get their first regular season and CCIW Conference Tournament Championship in the same year, but they know they'll still play next week, Joel. On the other hand, Elmhurst is looking more and more like they will need to win tonight to extend their season.
Yeah, you get more bid thieves going on across the country right now, and where the bubble for Elmhurst keeps getting smaller, the Blue Jays want to guarantee that they'll be in the NCAA tournament next week. On the other side for Illinois Wesleyan, Eric, it's really interesting. I think you can say, hey, we're playing next week in the tournament. You can say to yourself, maybe we won the regular season, but I don't think any of those guys are thinking about that right now. I think they got one focus, and that's to bring home this championship here tonight on their home floor.
All right, we're going to take our first time out, and we will hear from Coach Ron Rose and our players to watch the Titans and Elmhurst in the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship. It's coming up after this timeout on IWSports.com and the CCIW Network.
Try this.
Welcome back to Shirk Center here at Illinois Wesleyan as the Titans take on the Elmhurst Blue Jays. They meet for the third time this season. They met back in mid-December when the Titans were still trying to figure things out with the recent loss of Josh Fridman to a shoulder injury. He has not returned. They lost that game by 1 point, 67-66, a game in which Elmhurst went to the zone entirely, forced the Titans to live on the perimeter. It was feast or famine. Well, it was famine that day. They were 11 out of 40, the most three-point attempts they'd ever taken in a basketball game, but a much different matchup the second time around. It was senior night here just a couple of weeks ago at Shirk Center, where they played more of a perimeter-oriented defense against the Titans. The Titans packed it in, and you can see that Noah Cleveland dominated at 32 points, 14 out of 17 from the floor, and they rolled to a 22-point win. The question is, the first game was 3 months ago. The last game involved a player who's not on the floor, so do either of those two matchups have any bearing on the game tonight?
Yeah, probably not. And with the stakes of this game as well, I think everything changes here this evening. First of all, Illinois Wesleyan, without Noah Cleveland, big part of their offense, but the Titans have done a nice job of morphing into a different club here now since Noah's left the floor. Maybe some smaller pieces on the floor, but defending the perimeter extremely well. That's what we saw against North Park last night. On the other side for Elmhurst, boy, John Baines has done another exceptional job for the Blue Jays, bringing this young team along, struggles early in the season, getting better and better and better, and just like a Coach Baines team and an Elmhurst team that we've seen over the last few years, playing their best basketball at the right time of the year and primed for a CCIW championship run.
Well, the Titans are going for their second consecutive CCIW tournament championship. The Blue Jays have won 3 of them in this decade, and there's a Titan connection each time. When they first played in Naperville in February of 2020, the Blue Jays got the upper hand there. made it to the NCAA tournament, advanced to the Sweet 16 before the rest of the season was canceled because of COVID. 2 years later, after Illinois Wesleyan got the conference championship against Wheaton in a game that doesn't technically count as a tournament championship because it was an abbreviated regular season. The next year, Elmhurst came here and beat North Central for the CCIW championship, and then had another successful run in the NCAAs, went all the way to the national semifinals, and then 2 years later they came back to Bloomington and beat the Titans in the CCIW championship and denied a Titan team that had gone 14-2 at the conference season a chance to go to the tournament. So yeah, they've been here before.
Yeah, and I think it was difficult losses for Illinois Wesleyan both in 2020 and 2024, losing those games to the Blue Jays because that was the way, and that's the way they were going to get in the NCAA tournament. Both of those times, Illinois Wesleyan did not see their name in the bracket, so Elmhurst was able to steal the show both of those times. Illinois Wesleyan remembers that, but this is an Elmhurst team that has been built around this time of the year. They have played so well in this particular tournament.
And we'll see if Ron Rose's team can get a second consecutive CCIW championship, and here is our chat with Coach Rose. Conference tournament championship on your home court.
Yeah, it's a really cool opportunity for our group to get to play at home. We've been in this position before. You get to a CCIW championship tournament game. You know it's going to be a hard-fought, intense battle, and you need to play well.
3 seniors on the floor last night, Carlo Kolak, David Williams, and Nathan Bold, all set or matched career highs in scoring, which is pretty remarkable, almost 100 games into their careers, and to do it all the same night. It looks like they are all playing with a certain sense of urgency at this point in their careers.
Yeah, I think seniors do. I actually didn't know that stat until you just told me that, but I did know all 3 of them played exceptionally well. I think all 3 are playing with a ton of confidence. They're really embracing their senior leadership, and we need them to play well. With the current rotation that we've kind of settled in on, that we really feel comfortable. I think they're comfortable in the roles, so it's great to see them really playing their best basketball at the end of their senior season.
Playing Elmhurst for the 3rd time, of course. Big difference between the first 2 matchups. First game, you put up 43-point shots, lose by 1. Second game, completely different approach. You score 52 points in the paint and win by 22. Of course, Noah Cleveland was there. He's not there tonight. But how do you distinguish those 2 matchups and set up for a 3rd matchup?
Well, you can kind of flush the first 2 matchups. The first time we played them at their place, we were really trying to figure ourselves out. We're scuffling along at that stage. We shot a lot of threes, but they were all good threes. Elmhurst played 40 minutes of zone that night, and we really weren't in a very good offensive rhythm. Second time here, we had Noah Cleveland. They didn't play zone, and so we went inside a bunch. This time around, we don't have Noah. I would suspect they played very little zone. I would anticipate them probably throwing it at us, but they've primarily played man-to-man. So I think they're going to be 3 distinctly different games. At this stage of the season, we've played against every defense you can imagine in different situations. So I think both ourselves and Elmhurst are prepared for whatever the other throws at them.
A lot of matchups at this point of the season come down to who actually needs it more. You guys are in good shape. You can wrap up a home date for the most part, but it looks like you're in good shape regardless. Elmhurst almost needs this win to not really sweat it out after tonight. How do you look at that, given the urgency that Elmhurst needs for this win just to lock up a bid to the tournament?
I think I need you to give our team a pregame talk here, Eric. Listen, it's a chance to win a conference tournament championship on your home floor. you can say against a conference rival, I totally get, Elmhurst is playing for their season, the opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament. We've probably already punched our ticket, but if we want a good seed, we want to guarantee being at home next week. This one's really important, but more important than that is here's a chance to win a conference tournament championship in front of your fans at Shirk Center. We'll be ready to go.
That's a better pep talk than any I could give. So we'll leave it at this. The keys to make that happen tonight.
Well, one of the things that Elmhurst really does is they stretch the floor. They're going to put 5 guys on the floor that can all shoot the three. Really a strength of theirs. In fact, they averaged 9.4 made threes a game, which led the league. We were second in that category. We've got to guard the three-point line very well. They set a lot of ball screens, so that coverage that we have on middle and side ball screens are very important.
I appreciate the time. Best of luck, and we'll talk afterwards.
Thanks, Eric. Yeah, you really watch.
So it is a matchup of former Titans going head-to-head in the CCIW Championship. Ron Rose and John Baines as they meet at midcourt for their handshake and pregame chat. Coach Baines, part of the 1997 National Championship team at Illinois Wesleyan. He's had great success at Elmhurst, 12 years, 205 victories, and 109 defeats. While Coach Rose in his 20th year at Illinois Wesleyan, 373 wins and 168 defeats. As these two teams get ready to lock horns for the CCIW Championship, let's take a look at our players to watch.
Yeah, first let's start for Elmhurst. Aiden Boone has been tremendous here down the stretch for the Blue Jays, including last night, hitting a bunch of big shots down the stretch for Elmhurst. Boy, that was a tight game. The Blue Jays knocked down 13 threes against Carthage to take that victory in that semifinal last night, and no bigger than a couple that Aiden Boone hit down the stretch. He's a guy to watch. He can really stretch the floor for the Blue Jays. He is a tough guard for Elmhurst. On the other side for Illinois Wesleyan, what a night he had. Carlo Kolak putting up 26 points for the Titans last night was absolutely outstanding. Not just on the offensive end, but on the defensive end as well. Guarding Coleman Van Lanningham last night, played all but 50 seconds in the contest. Carlo Kolak had a tremendous game and one of the main reasons why the Titans find themselves in the championship game here tonight.
Blue Jays got here escaping against Carthage 82-80 after they fell behind 17-4 to start the contest. A game that had 18 lead changes, a frenetic back and forth tempo to the second half. Blue Jays held on to win by 2. They come in having won 10 of their last 12. While Illinois Wesleyan has won 16 of their last 17. Blue Jays had 19-8 on the year, 6-6 on the road, while Illinois Wesleyan 22-4 on the season and 11-2 here on their home floor this season, hoping to ensure that they'll be back here at Shirk Center next weekend for the first and second rounds of the NCAAs. We send it down to Ben Alcine for the introduction of the starting lineups.
College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin men's basketball tournament. Tonight, the Elmhurst University Blue Jays or the Illinois Wesleyan University Titans will be CCIW tournament champions. The College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin and all of its members promote good sporting behavior by student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. The CCIW has many traditions, but bad behavior isn't one of them. We appreciate your cooperation, creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect. It's the name of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to honor the men's basketball student athlete who has earned the prestigious CCIW Elite 26 Award. Modeled after the NCAA's Elite Scholar Athlete Program, the CCIW Elite 26 Award is presented to the student athlete who excels academically and athletically at the conference level in each of the CCIW's 26 sponsored sports. To be eligible for the Elite 26 Award, a student athlete must be a sophomore, junior, or senior and in at least their second season of competition with their current team and playing in the final game of the conference tournament. this year's Elite 26 Award recipient in men's basketball, from Illinois Wesleyan University, Brady Keel. Please step forward and receive your plaque. Elmhurst is a 3 seed and has advanced to the championship game with wins over Carroll and Carthage, raising their record to 19 wins and 8 losses. The Blue Jays are coached by John Baines in his 12th season with a record of 205 wins and 109 losses. Illinois Wesleyan is the number 1 seed, earning their way to the semifinals by virtue of their regular season championship and then defeating North Park. Coaching the Titans in his 20th season at his alma mater with a record of 371 wins and 168 losses, Ron Rose. At this time, Special Olympic athlete Drew White to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and rockets' rank glare, the mounts bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner hear that wave o'er the land and of the free, and the home of the brave. Nailed it.
And now, let's meet our starters first for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Six-two and a senior from Wooddell, 0, Sebastian Blahut. A 6'5" senior from Westchester, number 1, Dominic Trellenberg. 6 even and a freshman from Addison, number 2, Luke Smith. A 6'5" sophomore from Moline, number 15, Vinny Adjahung Betta. And a 6'5" junior from Libertyville, number 40, Aiden Boone. And a junior from Normal, number 10, Mason Funk. A 5' 10" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, number 14, Kason Lawrence. 5'11" and a junior from Western Springs, 15, Jackson Nego. 6'5" and a senior from Glencoe, 22, Carlo Kolak. And a 6'6" junior from St. Louis, Missouri, 25, Brady Keel.
While Elmhurst just trying to ensure there will be a next weekend to this 2025-26 season. Titans wearing their alternate home grays tonight and the light blues for the Elmhurst Blue Jays. Our officials for tonight's game are Bobby Daw, Bryce Ken, and Ciola Clark III. Championship weekend here at Shirk Center. They hosted the Indoor Track Championships across the way. The Titan women are going for the title tonight up in Waukesha, and the Titan men at the Elmhurst Blue Jays going toe-to-toe for the CCIW men's title tonight.
Oh, here we go. A lot on the line for both teams, and should be a great one from the Shirk Center this evening.
Aiden Boone, Brady Keel on the center tap, and Illinois Wesleyan wins it, and they'll go left to right with Jackson Ego carrying the ball across for the gray and green for Illinois Wesleyan. Now Nego at the top of the key, looking, swings it across the left side to Lawrence, dials up a long three off the back rim. No, Blahout flies to the rebound. He's been banged up, limited action last night, but still a gamer, as Coach Baines told us last night, as they are counting on some big minutes from him, in addition to Trellenberg, who had 21 points, and he picks up the first two tonight on the backdoor feed from Blahout.
Yeah, the bench for Elmhurst was outstanding last night, and huge reason why they're here in the final.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get their doors blown off last night until the bench came in, and well, they picked it up within the course of one media timeout. Top of the key, three ball wide right for Lawrence, and the rebound pulled down by Sebastian Blahout for the Blue Jays.
Kaysen got a good look at that one, though. Didn't quite get the shoulder square, I think, like he wanted to.
Jahong Beta knocks down a three from the left wing.
Yeah, when he's knocking down shots, boy, Elmhurst is awfully difficult. That's not quite his game, but boy, look good on that jump shot.
They're scoring 78 points a game, and they lead the league in three-point makes per contest. They have the game's first 5 points. Cole at the top of the key, swings to the right side to Nego, looks for a post feed, nothing there. Swings it out high to Lawrence, looks for a step on Boone, tries to take him off the dribble. Kicks it on the wing to Funk. He works his way to the bucket, scoops it up, no, tipped. And Boone has the rebound for Elmhurst.
Jahong Beta has the type of length that could bother Mason Funk going to the basket. We'll see if Elmhurst is going to be able to count on that as the game goes along.
Blahout looking to post up over Lawrence. Got it.
Yeah, Blahout, nice job going to the post. Again, Wesleyan's got some smaller guards. Elmhurst taking full advantage of that, out to a 7-0 lead.
They've roared out of the gate. Now on the right side, Kolak feeds the post to Brady Keel, looking down low against Boone. Into the green space, kicks it out to Nego on the drive at the foul line. Now to Kolak, kicks it back out Lawrence. Left side to Funk. Funk works off the pick. One hands the ball to Nego. 8 to shoot. Nego crosses over. Corner, baseline, three ball. Got it for Brady Keel. Just a 2. 1 foot on the line.
Yeah, really stepping up Brady Keel. Boy, the Titans needed an early one right there. They were having a hard time on the offensive end, getting anything going, and Brady Keel bailed them out.
Scoring 75 points a game. They win with defense, holding opponents to 66 a game and leading all of basketball in nearly 7 blocks a game. Had 8 last night. No block on that. Fade from the baseline for Jahong Beta over Mason Funk.
Yeah, that is a very difficult shot. And my goodness, Elmhurst is firing away early in the contest.
9-2. Funk looks to answer his three. Spins out. Blahout the rebound.
Now we'll see if the Titans can settle down a little bit here, especially on the defensive end. Elmhurst off to a blazing start.
Titans settling for a lot of jump shots early. Blahout down deep. Lost the rock out of bounds, and it was off of his waist. He claims Lawrence touched it, but to no avail.
Yeah, I think he had a pretty good case. Kaysen came from the backside. Looked like he tipped that ball out of bounds. I was pretty surprised that one is heading towards Illinois Wesleyan. Get a good look at it right here. Yeah, backside. Yeah, Kaysen definitely got a piece of that one. Tough break for the Blue Jays.
Titans and Blue Jays in the CCIW championship for the 3rd time in the last decade as the 3 rattles out for Nego.
Yeah, good look for Jackson right there. A little pick and pop from the point guard.
Jahong Beta on the right side. Boone not looking for it. Hit off his shoulder, and a unforced error there by the Blue Jays.
Now he was looking to go screen that time.
Lawrence at the top of the pick and pop, but no, it's a shovel down low. Keel got past Boone, looks to reverse, and he flips it up and in with the right hand.
Great start for Brady Keel. He's got the first 2 buckets. Boy, if he starts building some confidence, watch out. That young man's got a tremendous amount of potential.
Yeah, they'll need big things from him here tonight as the Titans are down by 5. Right side, it's Smith. Operating here against Nego, left-hand dribble. One hands the ball over to Ajahong-Beta. Looks for a pick by Boone. Now to Boone into the corner. Boone with a head fake. He got Keel airborne. Spins in, had his pocket pick. It's a steal for Cason Lawrence.
Yeah, Cason Lawrence has made some really nice defensive plays already in this contest.
Lawrence into the front court. Behind the back dribble. Swings it top of the key to Funk. Now on the left to Nego. Centers the ball to Lawrence. Swings to the right side to Funk. Funk, couple of head fakes. No shot. Now to Kolak. Kolak looking jab step. Left of the lane. Goes deep on Trellenberg. Hooks it out to Nego for 3. Skims off the rim. Tipped and a rebound chased down by Brady Keel. Fresh 20 for the Titans. Now Funk gallops his way inside. Turns up and under. Had a block by Ajahong-Beta. Boone in traffic. Runs into a double team. Gets out of it. Has a 2-on-3. Boone circles out as the Titans get back. Now Smith weaving into the paint. No look into the corner. A long to Blahu. Short. Boone gathers in the rebound. Goes up and leaves it short, but got fouled to the putback.
A nice job by the Blue Jays getting back down the floor. And Ajahong-Beta, as I mentioned, Eric, has that tremendous reach. He can kind of match Mason Funk in that particular area. And Mason Funk has been getting to the basket for Illinois Wesleyan pretty much at will here over the last couple of games. Vinny Ajahong-Beta is going to give him some problems. You can see Aiden Boone kind of scooping that one off the floor, picking up the foul inside. So far, so good from Elmhurst, shooting the ball really well from the outside. Really felt like the Titans have gotten some good looks here early in the game. Jackson Nego's got a couple of really nice looks from the outside. Neither one of those went in. In and out from Mason Funk as well from the perimeter. And Cason Lawrence had a three-pointer early in the contest that he usually makes that did not go down. So far, the Elmhurst has had the better of the shooting here to start the contest. I think that the Titans will settle in, but there's Vinny Ajahong-Beta right there. Does a really nice job, and he's got that long reach. He could make things really difficult on Mason Funk to be able to get to the basket tonight.
So a 9-4 lead for the Blue Jays at the first media timeout. 15:32 remaining in the first half, while the Titan women are leading Carroll by 1, 10-9. They've got 5 minutes to go in the first half there. You can catch the radio call on WBSN 88.1 FM and IWSports.com with Matt Sossler as the Titans look to clinch the automatic bid on the women's side of the tournament as well.
Just to give you an idea of how good the Elmhurst bench was last night against Carthage. In the game, plus-minus numbers. Starters for Elmhurst, minus 33. Guys off the bench, plus-minus numbers, plus 43. They got tremendous help from the bench. You'll start seeing some of those guys coming in now as Talon Pearson's in the lineup here, E.J. Marshall. But those guys were terrific last night for Elmhurst.
Aiden Boone at the line makes the first, an 81% free throw shooter. Got a couple of fouls early, limited his first half action, but had a big baseline jumper just before the horn at the end of the half and ended up with 19 points in 20 minutes and was critical to their comeback.
Yeah, 3 out of 5 from the three-point line as well. He did a great job of really drawing Ryan Johnson out away from the basket late in that contest.
David Williams in for Illinois Wesleyan, the 6'2 senior from Peoria, Notre Dame. Now it's Lawrence getting the ball down low to Kolak. We're going to post up here against Pearson. Tries to pivot around him. Leans in. Has to scoop a tough shot. Missed it. Tipped by Boone. Boone collects the rebound.
Good job by Talon Pearson that time, holding his ground inside. And now you see the freshman point guard out there for Elmhurst, Luke Smith. Really handles the ball well. He's got a nice little fade shot. Elmhurst is a team that has really come on here late in the season.
They've won 10 of their last 12, 9-6. They lost to Carroll by nearly 30. They've been a different team ever since. Smith with a pull-up, head fake, jukes his way inside, and an extra step gets called on the freshman.
Now Smith does have that nice fadeaway. Didn't go to it right there. And now you see another guy who's done a nice job coming in off the bench is Andy Colvin as well. Fights him with a little bit more size inside for Elmhurst. The Blue Jays looks like they're going to stay with that man-to-man defense. That's what's really carried them all year.
Colvin, the 6'7 freshman from Duggar, Indiana, as David Williams roams to the left side, triggers the ball high to Nathan Bolt, the senior from Barrington. Right side to Kolak, looks down low, instead goes out to Lawrence. Around the horn to David Williams. Williams looking, yo-yos the ball, right side to Kolak. Kolak hitches his way inside, nothing there, shovels off to Funk, who goes barreling inside, lost the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, nice job again that time by Elmhurst, cutting off Mason Funk. Just can't let Mason get straight line layups. You cannot give him a good angle as he gets to the glass. Now we see another guy that was really good for them off the bench last night, Jack Cherry. He can really shoot it. 3 for 3 from the three-point line last night, bringing the ball up. Another guy that was a huge key in that getting that win over Carthage.
Blue Jays 4 of 5 from the field. Titans just 2 for 10. That three missed by Colvin, and Carlock the rebound for Illinois Wesleyan.
I don't think you mind that late in the shot clock.
Long three. Lawrence, nothing but net.
You got to get up on him. You know, when he missed that first three of the game, I really thought that's a shot he usually makes. He can knock down those threes pretty consistently. That's his game.
11-7, Elmhurst with the lead. They scored the game's first 7 tallies. Jack Cherry into the paint, pulls up too strong. Bolt forced him to put a little more arc on it, missed it, and the rebound going to Wesleyan. Now Bolt top of the key. Bolt with the handoff to David Williams. Williams on the attack. Jackknifing inside. Dishes to Bolt off the backboard for 2.
Nice finish that time by Nathan Bolt, senior to senior. Talk about two guys that have really stepped up the last couple weeks.
Last night, Illinois Wesleyan's 3 seniors on the floor. Carlo Kolak, David Williams, and Nathan Bolt all set or matched career highs in scoring. Remarkable, nearly 100 games into their respective careers here at Illinois Wesleyan. Down to a 2-point game after the Bolt bucket. Now baseline, it goes to Trellenberg. Looks to bang in against Kolak. Out to Pearson. Arches a 3 and hits.
Well, I tell you what, that's going to be a battle down there. Carlo Kolak versus Dominic Trellenberg. Elmhurst loves to post up Trellenberg. Mid-post, low post, just trying to get him a shot.
Back up to a 5-point game for the Blue Jays at 14-9. Right side to Kolak, looking, coming off the screen. He'll jack up a 3. A little long, high into the air, off the backboard, off the top of the board, still live. Cherry gets the rebound, runs out of trouble, and gets into the front court.
Talon Pearson knocking down a big 3 there for Elmhurst. Another guy coming off the bench.
Trellenberg with the jab step against Funk. Looks to take him off the dribble, unloads it to Pearson, swings it out high to Marshall. Marshall surveys. Williams gives him some space. Marshall, a decent three-point shooter. Now he takes off into the paint, pulls up, fading, tough shot for the foul line. No, Bolt gets both hands of the rebound. And the Titans back the other way, down by a handful. Kolak goes downhill, got stripped. Pocket pick by Trellenberg, 1-on-3. He'll put on the brakes. The Blue Jays get up.
No numbers there now. You get a nice reversal here. Looked like they're going to get a ball screen out of that particular set. Now they're real set. They'll set things back up top.
Around the horn to Cherry. Trellenberg gives him a screen to his left. They go over top of it. Bounce pass down low to Marshall over to the corner. Pearson an open 3, and he hits.
He's got back-to-back triples coming off the bench. That's what that bench has done for Elmhurst. And that's why they've been so difficult to beat here late in the season.
17-9, now the biggest lead of the game. Pass deflected back to David Williams. Now out to Lawrence. His 3 skims off the rim. Bolt tried to track it down. No. Colvin then tried to deflect it off of Bolt. Instead, it hit him between his ankles and it went out of bounds as we come into a timeout here with 11:40 to go in the first half. A 17-9 lead for the Blue Jays. And, of course, all the stars are out for the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship, which has provoked us to have a best-dressed coaches contest. There's some sartorial splendor, I can attest. Bobby Wheat bringing out the Masters jacket for Illinois Wesleyan. The Titan assistant coach, it was instrumental, no doubt, in the Titans' victory against Carthage last year. Asked him if he was going to bring it out this year. He said, he's got to give them what the fans want, and so he's got that on display here tonight. But there is also some very splendidly dressed Elmhurst coaches. You've got the jacket from Coach Baines. Shane Miller, Illinois Wesleyan graduate from a year ago. John Chang, Aiden Chang, Melissa Schwab. Can't really see him in the huddle there. I think that's more for the old timers who prefer their coaches to be as professionally attired as they can be. There's been kind of a move away from that in the last couple of years. It's casual is in.
It used to be the shirt and tie. That used to be the way it was. Shirt, tie, and suit. No doubt about it. Certainly not that way nearly as much anymore. Titans now will inbound. Down 8, got within 2, but Talon Pearson back-to-back 3s. Guys stepping up for Elmhurst at big moments.
Jackson Eagle gets the ball in the inbound to Kolak, gets his way into the paint with the drive of the dish, and Keel looking to reverse no, but he got tipped and fouled. Keel has had an active start, a couple of buckets, and he'll go to the line.
Elmhurst has done a nice job, though, on their help side defense. Been able to keep Illinois Wesleyan out of the lane. No direct drives to the basket. Nice little dish off that time by Carlo Kolak. You can see Elmhurst does not have a lot of guys that are going to protect the rim. Ajahong Beta has really good length in there. They should be able to attack the rim pretty well tonight.
Field knocking down the first. He has 5 points. Dan Lawrence back in after a short breather. Kolak goes out. He did not sit much at all last night, just 56 seconds. But they did have a full week after the regular season ended at Augustana last Saturday. Second free throw missed, ball deflected, and Connor Williams tracks it down for the Titans. So they get a fresh 20. Keel with the handoff to Lawrence. He attacks, moves inside, swings the ball back out. Nego. They rotate the ball. Now to Anthony Kemp. Back over to Nego. Nego the drive of the dish to Williams. Williams gets it over to Nego. He'll work his way into the paint. Look to sneak it inside on heavy traffic. The ball broken up, and Connor Williams there. Or no, that's Kemp at the bottom of the pile with the ball, but the shot clock was down to 1, and the alternate possession goes to the Blue Jays.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of guys had some shots on that particular possession. Nobody wanted to take it right there for Illinois Wesleyan. Ends up on the bottom of the pile. Now Titans a little bit of pressure here in the full court. Probably going to be token. They'll back out of it here. They force Elmhurst to take a little bit of time off that shot clock here. The Blue Jays have shot it well. They moved it well here early on.
Now it's Cherry into the front court for the Blue Jays. 11 minutes to go in the first half. Smith left wing to Ajahong Beta. Sweeping dribble down deep on Kemp, the sophomore. Launches it high. Smith, nice job to pull that ball in. Smith pivots. Shot clock at 8. Back to Ajahong Beta. Moves baseline on Kemp. Leans his way inside. Kemp looking to make a tip on it, but still able to muscle it up and in.
That really strong move, and Ajahong Beta's off to a great start. He knocked down that early three, made a fadeaway jumper. Another strong move at the bucket.
Blue Jays' biggest lead now at 9 at 19-10. Right side to Nego. Nego gets the ball down low to Keel. Keel on the block, now dribbles the ball out. Hands off to Lawrence. Lawrence in the corner, guarded by Boone. There should be a mismatch here. Lawrence looking, shovels off. There's the mismatch. Keel goes in for the flush.
And nobody was there on the backside. Two guys jumped out that time on Case and Lawrence. Really nice bounce pass, but there's got to be some weak side help there. Guy rolling to the basket.
Keel now with 7. The Titans lead, the Blue Jays lead now down to 7. As we come up on the halfway mark of the first half, Ajahong Beta on the baseline, picked up by Keel. Looking cross towards the ball out to Pearson. Pearson looking, 10 to shoot. Boone backs up, no shot. Left side, Cherry. Cherry looking, slashes baseline, draws the double, flips it out to Boone. Boone with a head fake, he'll sidestep. Leaning, has to unload. Cherry did not get it off in time. It'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, really nice job on the closeouts there for Illinois Wesleyan. Getting up on the shooters. Good ball movement that time by Elmhurst. Thought Aiden Boone had a couple of decent looks at the basket. Didn't take either one of them, but really good closeouts. Nice drop that time by Cason Lawrence down to Brady Keel, who throws down the hammer there for Illinois Wesleyan. That was the big question with that last group on the floor. Where were points going to come from? Now you get Mason Funk back on the floor here. A little bit more offense for the Titans.
So Funk returns for Kemp. Funk goes in baseline with the no-look bounce pass, and Keel stepped out of bounds. Tough break. The 3 is waved off.
The official right on top of the play right there. As Brady Keel was able to step in and looked like he was going to be able to knock down a three-point shot. Must have had that back heel on the line.
Yeah, another modern phenomenon of college basketball. You see that so much more now in the last few years because of the emphasis on the three-point shot and where the line is now. Very easy to miss that back foot, and the Titans get that basket waved off. 19-12, Blue Jays on top. Smith now up top to Boone. Over to Blahut on the left. Now to Trelleborg at the post. Quick turnaround over Kolak for 2.
That's his game. Mid-post right there. That's what he does really, really well. It's hard to keep him out of that spot. You can't let him catch it right in that particular position. That's what he loves to do.
Now Funk looks for seam. They work it around the horn. Kolak goes baseline with a spin. He'll turn 8-footer. Shot it long, and Trelleborg rebounds.
Yeah, you're hoping he can spin back and get an angle off the glass. Just couldn't do it.
Ajahong Beta blows past his man, kicks it to the corner. Good ball rotation. They work it around the horn to Blahut for 3. Missed it. Good D by Funk to make it a tougher attempt. For the rebound tracked down by Brady Keel for Wesley.
Well, we'll see where the offense is going to come for the Titans here. It's been a struggle here so far. Just 12 points on the board.
There's Keel, baseline jumper in and out. Kolak tipped it out of bounds over Ajahong Beta. It'll go back to the Blue Jays, and the Titans unable to get any transition offense going either, limited to the half court.
Yeah, I really like that little square up, though, that time for Brady Keel. It's a shot he can make. 15-footer. That guy doesn't take that extra step out, shoot it right over the top, just didn't go down.
Titans are 5 of 16 from the floor, just 1 for 8 from 3. Blahut on the left side, gets it out to Smith, roams to the right, now comes to the left off the screen by Boone. Works his way to the bucket, got past his man, but it rims off, and Funk has the rebound for Wesleyan.
Yeah, Luke Smith's got a great game getting to the basket, really has a nice pull-up jump shot. That's probably the strength of his game.
Now to Keel in the post against Trelleborg, hooks it back out to Lawrence. 8 minutes till halftime, Titans down by 9. Lawrence crossover dribble, now to Funk. Funk looks for the handoff, now to Nego. Back up top, Lawrence with the head fake, trying to get free of Boone, can't do it. Shot clock at 6, now he moves his way inside, double team, had his pocket picked by Blahut, who has an uncontested 2. At a timeout for Illinois Wesleyan, a dunk from Sebastian Blahut off the strip of Lawrence, and their first double-digit lead of the game at 23-12.
Yeah, Elmhurst really outplaying Illinois Wesleyan here so far. Titans will take a full timeout. We'll give the Blue Jays a ton of credit. They've done a great job shooting the basketball here to start the game, but their defense has been really good. Titans have been able to get to the basket against the last few opponents. It just has not happened so far tonight for Illinois Wesleyan. Those three-point shots not going down. They did a nice job covering up on Kason Lawrence and Jackson Nego out front. Neither one of those guys are probably going to be able to get to the basket. So far, Eric, I think Elmhurst has done a really good job of taking away the strengths of the Titans. So far, Mason Funk's had a hard time slashing to the basket. Carlo Kolak the same way. And then getting up the guys who can really knock down those outside shots. Brady Keel's had a nice start to the ball game. Some other guys are really going to have to step up for Illinois Wesleyan here. 7:40 to go in the half. Still a long way to go in this contest, but this is the start Elmhurst wanted. They are playing extremely well here so far in the first half.
Well, they had a double-digit deficit in the first half last night that they were able to overcome. Now it's the Titans' turn to try to do that here tonight. Just Thrive Health, founded with deep Titan athletic connections by Illinois Wesleyan baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina. Proud parents of Titan basketball alumni Nina and Marco. Just Thrive Health, where Titan traditions thrive. Now in the second quarter at Waukesha, the Titans lead Carroll 25-21 in their championship game. Again, the audio is on IWSports.com with Matt Sossler. As Jackson Nego brings the ball up for the Titans, down by 11 for the first time tonight. Kolak deep on the left side, now out to Nathan Bolt. Looks to the left, now cuts over to the right. Holds the ball, looks for a target, looking, hands it off to Funk. Funk of the right wing, tried to shovel it down low to Bolt, got kicked by Boone. Still Titan possession as E.J. Marshall comes back in for Coach Baines, and Blahut to the bench.
They can see Mason Funk trying to come off that ball screen up top. Boy, they are really hedging hard on that. They're going to force him to the outside. They're going to force the Titans to go into that pick and pop formation.
Nego inbounds to Funk, a long 2, and he knocks it down for the corner.
Oh, nice job coming off that double screen down low along the baseline. Still a difficult shot. Good job by Mason getting his shoulders square to the basket that time and able to put it home.
His first basket of the game, 23-14. Now on the right of Smith, looks backdoor pass broken up, hit off the foot of Trelleborg, and he lost control of the rock and picked up by Mason Funk.
Carlo Kolak was able to react to that just at the last second, otherwise that would have been a layup.
Funk into the front court, now back up top to Kolak. Kolak on the left side, one hands the basketball, foul to Nego. Right side to Funk. Funk looks for handoff, nothing there, swings it up top to Kolak. Kolak with the jab step, moves to the left, wants it with double team. Ball knocked away by Marshall, picked up by Funk, 8 to shoot. Lawrence for 3, short. Tipped up by Bolt. Nice job of keeping it alive, but it goes out of bounds. Bolt touched it last, so to go to the Blue Jays.
That's probably a night where the Titans are really going to have to get a good shooting night from Kason Lawrence. Hasn't happened so far. Did knock down that 1-3. That's a shot he usually makes right there. Not going in right now. Got a really good look at it. Nice job by the officials right on top of it. Well-called game so far.
Yeah, because they're having to rely heavily on three-point shots and mid-range to long-range twos. And they're only 1 of 9 from three-point range here tonight. Now a 3 from the right wing for Boone off the back rim, no, and pulled down by Connor Williams for Wesleyan.
A good challenge by Nathan Bolt that time. You really got to get out on the junior.
David Williams out to Funk, long 2, 17-footer short. Ajahong baited the rebound.
Not a bad look that time in transition for Mason Funk on the pull-up. Just didn't go down.
Left side, Trelleborg. 6 minutes still halftime. Trelleborg on the attack. Pulls up. Left side, Ajong Beta looks to go baseline now into the corner. He'll raise a three. Knocks it down.
Yeah, when he is knocking down shots, boy, Elmhurst is awfully difficult. He's made 2 threes already in this contest.
He's got 10, and the lead is up to a dozen for Elmhurst, 26-14.
Yeah, he's had a great start.
Right side to Funk. Funk looks to answer. His three off the back rim. No, goes to Kolak. Kicks it back out to Williams. Left side, David Williams for three. That one's too strong, and Marshall will let it carry him out of bounds.
Well, right now, the Titans not finding it from outside, and Elmhurst certainly is. The guys really stepping up, knocking down shots, and I think Coach Rose right now just looking for the right combination on the floor here. Hasn't found it so far. Boy, the Titans just 14 points on the board here, 5:29 to go in the first half. And there have been times this season where Illinois Wesleyan has really struggled on the offensive end. It's been that way so far tonight. And a lot of times Noah Cleveland would be able to bail them out. It's not going to be an option tonight.
Now Boone into the front court. Kicks it out to Marshall. 26-14. Elmhurst with the lead. Bounce pass top of the key to Trelleborg. Back over to Smith. Dave Williams swatting at him. 8 to shoot. Right side, Ajong Beta. Now to Trelleborg for the post. Against Kolak. Backing down at 4, at 3. Leaning in. Pushes it up over the rim and in. And he got the foul.
That is really well done by Dominic Trelleborg. Again, you can't let him catch in that particular position. You got to keep it out of that mid-post. Easier said than done. And that's a good call by the official. Carlo Kolak just left his feet for just a second. Boy, Elmhurst is really every piece that they want to play well. Every guy playing their role, doing exactly what they want to do, playing to their strengths. As Trelleborg knocks down the free throw.
Trelleborg with 7. Kolak has both Titan fouls. 5 minutes to go in the first half. A 15-point Elmhurst lead. On the left side, Kolak. Keel. Around the horn it goes to David Williams. Looks for the handoff at the right side. Now goes to baseline. He'll lean in. Had a block from the side by Ajahong Beta out of bounds. Still Titan ball. Now Funk returns along with Lawrence as Kemp and Connor Williams go out.
I do believe it's actually going to be Carlo Kolak that's going to head to the bench now as Connor Williams stays in the lineup here. Titans just trying to find some offense. Not shooting it well from the outside, but also not getting very many good looks at the basket.
Dave Williams looks to inbound. Out of the wing to Connor. Williams strokes a 3. A little long. And Smith rebounds. Titans scored 91 points in their last matchup against the Blue Jays here just 3 weeks ago. And they're going to be hard-pressed to get to 30 here in the first half. Top of the key, Boone with a head fake. He bought out his man. Pulls up for 3. No. Tapped by Funk. And a foul on the floor here against Illinois Wesleyan. And that's going to be on Cason Lawrence. His first, team's third. Pearson back in for the Blue Jays. Marshall goes out. Cherry will return as well for Ajahong Beta.
Yeah, and Pearson hit some big shots for Elmhurst. Titans had kind of rallied back into the contest early on. It was 11-9, and Pearson hit back-to-back threes to push it to 17-9. And it's been all Elmhurst ever since.
Now with a 15-point lead. Lob inside. Trelleborg with a tough catch. And it goes off his fingertips, but they'll say tapped out by Connor Williams.
A nice reaction that time by Connor Williams. Now Mason Funk has Dominic Trelleborg. And get a timeout here for Elmhurst. Boy, they have played exceptionally well, especially in the defensive end. Obviously, the Titans not shooting it great, but they haven't gotten very many good looks at the basket as well. Nothing in transition, no second shots for Illinois Wesleyan, and really nothing at the rim as well. They've really had to rely upon the three-point shot, which is just not going in right now here in this contest. And they find themselves in some pretty substantial trouble here in the first half, down 15.
Yeah, just 1 for 12 in the first half, reminiscent of their first matchup back in mid-December when they shot 11 out of 40. They've not been a great three-point shooting team this year generally, but if they're decent, they give themselves a very good chance to win because they are so good on the defensive end.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I think Elmhurst has done a really nice job of keeping the Titans out of the lane here so far in this basketball game. Not a lot of shots in the green painted area for Illinois Wesleyan. That's been the real key for the Titans here, kind of in this stretch without Noah Cleveland. has been Carlo Kolak and also Mason Funk, and their ability to be able to get in the lane and be able to finish at the basket. Elmhurst has done a very good job of keeping both of those guys out of the lane so far. The three-pointers have not been there for the Titans. Therefore, the 14 points on the board right now. Get a replay and a nice little hit fake there by Aiden Boone with that shot going up. This one's going to be off. A foul down low on Illinois Wesleyan, as Elmhurst has really, every part of their game has really been very well played so far. Titans are trying to figure it out. They're going to need a big rally here to try to get themselves back in this one.
Well, if the Titans can just get to 67 points, that's been the barrier this year. They're 20-0 when they score 67, but if they don't, they're just 2-4. And that was a pivotal in that 67-66 loss to the Blue Jays back in December. Now Trelleborg had the ball knocked away, but picked up by Smith out to Boone. 9 to shoot. Lob right side to Trelleborg to the corner. Arches a three and hits.
Well, everything going down right now for Elmhurst. Dominic Trelleborg knocks it home. Boy, that lead is 18 now. We haven't seen anything like that go up against the Titans so far this year.
Now with 4 minutes to go. Down low, it's Keel. Backing down, kicks the ball back out. Dave Williams on the right. Goes to the baseline, behind the goal, kicks it out. Throwing it out to Connor Williams. His three up the back rim, no. Deflected to Funk. Funk at the foul line, kicks it back out to Lawrence. Lawrence for three, that skims off the rim. Funk tracks it down again. Back out to Dave Williams, they reset. Another fresh 20, Williams up top. Dave Williams to the right. Now he goes to the glass. Ball knocked away by Pearson. Titans keep possession, 11 of the shot clock.
Looks like we're heading to a media timeout, but they took that already, so Illinois Wesleyan now will inbound the basketball.
Dave Williams into the corner to Lawrence. Up top to Funk. Funk to the right, has a seam. Glides to the bucket, darts it out to Dave Williams for three. Short. And the rebound going to Trelleborg for the Blue Jays.
That just hasn't been there so far from the Titans from that three-point line. David Williams got a great look at it. Just couldn't knock it home.
Trelleborg left side to Pearson. Pearson a step to his left to back out to Trelleborg. Approaching 3 minutes till halftime. Cherry deep on the right. Looking for a Boone screen. Left-hand dribble. Unloads. Wide left for Pearson off his fingertips out of bounds. Now Kolak back in along with Jackson Ego for the Titans.
They got 2:58 here now to go in the half. You're down 18. Probably been your worst offensive performance of the season and a half so far. Just got to chip away at this thing a little bit here. Let's have a good last 3 minutes here. Sitting at 18 right now. Try to get that thing maybe to 12 by the time you get to the break.
Titans 1 of 15 from three-point range. Nego left side to Lawrence, has a good look at a three. That one's long, tipped by Keel. Keel, nice effort to run it down to keep it alive. Out to Funk. Funk with a head fake, no shot. Now Keel hands back to Funk. Funk moves inside, runs into a double team, got tripped up. Knees clashed, went to the floor. Okay, though, but got the foul here against the Blue Jays. That's on Jack Cherry, just their second foul of the half.
Yeah, they've done a great job of not fouling here so far in this contest. They've played really good defense. Definitely a foul right there with the reach in. Trying to kick it back out to Jackson Nego. Titans again have gotten some good looks here in this possession.
Nego looking underneath, goes to Kolak at the baseline. Kolak leans in just outside the half circle. Bangs inside, it goes glass for two.
Yeah, still a difficult shot, though. Boy, Elmhurst did a great job sealing off that baseline right there. Made Carlo Kolak go right over the top. Not an easy shot that time for the senior.
32-16. Elmhurst doubling up the Titans here with the CCIW championship game. Pearson throws up a long three and buries it.
Yeah, he is absolutely on fire. A little pick and pop that time. A little high screen. Pops out. Knocks down the three.
35-16. Third tray for Pearson, the sophomore. Now Funk will look to answer a long three. Hits off the back iron, no good. Titans are struggling to find some good looks here for much of the first half, and when they've had them, they've not gone down. 1:45 till halftime. Lawrence jarred the ball loose and got a reach-in foul.
How about Talon Pearson coming in, knocking down 3 3-pointers here for Elmhurst. He has really shot the ball extremely well for the Blue Jays. Started getting Dominic Trelleborg involved as well, getting him down to the mid-post. He knocked in a three. And Eshong Beta got off to a terrific offensive start for Elmhurst, but their defense has been even better than their offense so far in this game.
Pearson on the left side looking, ball knocked away by Lawrence, diving effort but couldn't corral it. Pearson got it back in time, gets the ball back, knocked away by Lawrence. What a great defensive possession by Case and Lawrence. Titans the other way. Jackson Ego in traffic, now Funk explodes to the goal and can't finish. Back the other way.
Just hasn't been there so far for the Titans.
Jong Beta, long three. Trellenberg skims off the rim and Lawrence tracks it down for Wesleyan.
I think Elmhurst would like to have that one back right there. Could have taken a little bit of time off that clock. Struggling team on the offensive end for Illinois Wesleyan.
Nigo spots Funk on the wing. Now with a minute to go till halftime. Titans down by 19. Bounce pass to Keel. Backing down on Boone. Leans in. Kicks the ball back out to Nigo. Nigo with a bit of a stumble. Ran into a double and a reach in on Boone. And a reach in on Aiden Boone. His first and team's third. E.J. Marshall back in for Pearson. Marshall. Yeah, Pearson is out, Marshall in.
Yeah, unfortunate that time for the Titans, for the Blue Jays, as Jackson Ego kind of lost his balance right there. Hayden Boone reached in at just the last moment, picks up that foul.
Ego with the lob, and Keel was tangled up with a couple of the Blue Jay defenders, unable to get the ball. That's going to be on Trellenberg. His first, team's fourth.
Yeah, there were a lot of guys down there. I think the Titans were trying to lob that pass up inside. Blue Jays just trying to get as many jerseys in the middle of that lane as they could.
Nigo to inbound on the baseline. Looking, gets it into Keel on the one hop. Backing down on Boone, gets into the paint, kicks it out. Nigo, good look at a three, got it.
Oh, there it goes. So Nigo missed a couple early on, had good looks at it, knocks that one down. I said Titans can get a stop and a bucket here, maybe build a little bit of momentum going into halftime. Can't get it all back at once, got to keep chipping away.
35-19, 12-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Boone looks for the handoff, flips it back door to Smith for two.
Luke Smith does such a good job, such a strong player from that point guard position. Able to finish right at the rim.
Titans playing for the final shot of the half. Down by 18 points, trying to get out of the teens before the break. Kolak out near midcourt. Trellenberg lunging for the ball, nearly poked away. Coach Rose running to the official, looking for a call. Didn't get it. Now Kolak got stripped, and there comes the whistle with 2.2 seconds left in the half. But again, the Blue Jays still have two more to give before they put the Titans at the line. That's not a bad foul at all. It's on Luke Smith, so that's their fifth. So they still have one more to give. Off the inbound, Pearson comes back in for Trellenberg. They'll try to avoid him getting a second foul.
And major difference, this is going to be put in on the sideline instead of on the baseline, so more difficult to score in this position.
They get it to Keo on the baseline, back out to Kolak. Good look at a three, and too strong as the first half comes to a close. They actually got a great look. They've had a few of those tonight, but just not a good shooting night for the Titans.
Yeah, certainly not a good shooting night, but you got to give Elmhurst a ton of credit. Boy, they played really well in the defensive end. Illinois Wesleyan, again, didn't get much at the rim, didn't get much inside the painted area, had to rely on the three-point shot quite a bit in that first half. And 19 points on the board, down by 18 at the break. But Illinois Wesleyan going into halftime, talk about, hey, these are the adjustments we're going to make. Come out, play nice and loose in the second half, and see what happens.
They're going for an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, though their fate is sealed to make it to the big dance. Where they end up is still very much in question. Elmhurst, on the other hand, more than likely needs this win to get into the NCAAs. We'll try to make sense of all that coming up in a few minutes. When we go to break, we'll come back, check in on how the Titan women are doing, and look at the first half stats as well. Here from the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship, Elmhurst leads Illinois Wesleyan 37-19. Back after this 2-minute timeout, this is Illinois Wesleyan Titan basketball from the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship on IWSports.com and the CCIW Network.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the future.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do.
I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had. You can do the best of both worlds and love all of it.
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain success, but doing it the right way and being good citizens.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, being a positive influence. That's being a responsible person.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
And welcome back to Denny Bridges Court at Shirk Center for the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship game. And it's been all Elmhurst so far. They lead the Titans 37-19. Elmhurst in search of their fourth conference tournament championship, all in this decade. And Illinois Wesleyan is looking for their second. They've gone to halftime in Waukesha as well. The Titans lead Carroll 34-30 at the break in their championship game. Titans led by Sawyer White's 13 points, Ava Bardick with 12. Well, as we try to make sense of the implications of each of these games, the numbers have been changing by the hour, but they are far more objective than they have been in past years because of a new formula called the NPI, the NCAA Power Index, and it is laid out pretty explicitly what the implications for each basketball game are. Joe Swanson is our resident bracketologist for the night and is going to try to make sense of all this and what this means for both of these teams and how it comes together, because we've seen a lot of change between last night and tonight, particularly for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, Elmhurst came in to today over 60% chance to be in the NCAA tournament. They were to win this game. According to D3 Datacast, down to 15% by the time the game started. Obviously a much higher percentage right now with an 18-point lead at halftime. But that's how things can change. It really takes in everybody across the country. And when you have 21 at-large bids, when you are sitting at numbers 18, 19, 20, and 21, boy, it is razor thin, the margin of error that you have at the end of the season. Best way to solve it is to win your conference tournament and get the AQ. But if you are going to get that at-large bid, Eric, those percentages can drop in a huge hurry. You got to win games at the end of the season.
Yeah, because before the games last night, Elmhurst was actually number 21. They were going to be the first team to get knocked out. Carthage, meanwhile, was number 19. But, of course, that flipped after they lost by just 2 points last night, and they are now officially out of it with no chance of getting an at-large bid.
Yeah, it's amazing, though, when you look at Carthage in the 80% if they had won to get in the NCAA tournament to losing that game and having no chance at all. That's how quick it can actually go. So for Elmhurst right now, up by 18 in a game, they probably really need to get an NCAA tournament bid. They have put themselves in a really good spot. On the other side for Illinois Wesleyan, the Titans are a lock to be in the tournament right now, sitting at number 11 in the NPI. Illinois Wesleyan has played tremendous basketball since the middle of December, especially with the teams that they have had to go through since that loss December 13 to Elmhurst. 16 out of the last 17, including CCIW slate as well. The Titans have played really, really well. That hasn't shown up here so far in the first half, but they have played themselves into a position to be able to host a first and second round, and that is difficult to do. Right now, Illinois Wesleyan sitting at number 11. The other Midwest team right now that's above them is Chicago. Chicago is sitting at number 5. Chicago is definitely going to host a first and second round of the NCAA tournament. Now, right behind Illinois Wesleyan is UW La Crosse. A loss here tonight might drop the Titans behind the Eagles. We went to La Crosse last year. They could end up hosting other Midwest schools as well that are sitting there. Wash U at number 15. The Bears are an interesting case because they have won 5 consecutive games in the UAA, which is saying something. And they knocked off Chicago as well. They got a big win here to end the season. They have put themselves now on the verge of being able to host a couple other schools, probably maybe on the outside looking in, UW Whitewater and UW Stevens Point. So hosting is an interesting thing. It's not just being in the top 16, it's also geographic location. How does it fit in with everybody else in the bracket? When they are building a bracket, the 64 are determined by the NPI, but then the committee slides everybody in where they're going to go geographically and how it best works. Hopefully that works out well for the Titans. Obviously winning here tonight would have put them in great shape, but still absorbing a loss, still probably in good shape to be able to host.
Yeah, they do want to limit the travel as much as they can, and there's not a strong contingent of teams from the upper Midwest, unlike most other years.
Yeah, it's a really a different year because usually when you look at the top 10, there's always a WIAC school in there. Almost every single year, a UW school is there. La Crosse is the top NPI school in the WIAC right now, sitting at 12. Not saying it was a bad year at all. Whitewater's 19, Stevens Point is 20, so they've got some teams that are right there, just not right now in the top 10, where we saw UW Platteville a year ago and UW La Crosse also in the top 10 last year as well. So you're right, in the upper Midwest, not a whole lot for hosting. Hopefully that will be beneficial for the Titans if they do drop this one here this evening.
There's still going to be 4 schools from the WIAC in the tournament, and there's still going to be 4 schools from the UAA, deservedly so, but tough to see the CCIW possibly get just one team in, 2 at the most.
Yeah, and the NESCAC is going to probably get 5. Yeah, they're good. The power-dominant conferences really loaded up this year. Probably those 3 conferences right there are going to have 13 bids between the NESCAC, WIAC, and also the UAA as well. So they've kind of loaded up so far this season. The Titans right now are going to have to rally at half, but still probably in pretty good shape to be able to host kind of the way the landscape looks like right now.
Well, we're all for getting more teams into the CCIW, into the NCAA tournament from the CCIW, but the Titans are hoping it is not at the expense of them losing out on a chance to cut down their own nets here tonight.
Yeah, I think the first half obviously was probably the nightmare scenario for Illinois Wesleyan. Did not shoot the ball well at all. Elmhurst played extremely well in that first half. You find yourself down 18 here at the break. The numbers are abysmal for the Titans here at halftime. But as I mentioned, going into halftime, well, you come out, you play hard, you play loose, and you let it all fly here in the second half, and maybe we see a complete reversal. You're down by 18, and with those media timeouts, Eric, you can take that second half and break it down into 4-minute segments. Here's where we would like to be at the 16-minute mark, at the 12-minute mark, at the 8-minute mark. We can't get this all back at once. It's one possession at a time. This is a bulldog team here for Illinois Wesleyan. They're not going to lay down here in the second half. We'll see if they can start chipping away here at this lead.
They've got to shoot it much better from deep in the second half. Just 2 out of 18 in the first 20 minutes. 8 of 32 from the floor. So their 2-point shooting wasn't as bad, but still for their overall percentage of 25%, hard to overcome that.
Well, they only got 14 2-point shots in the first half as well.
Made
so
6,
really not getting to the lane very much.
While the Blue Jays were 14 of 24. They had 12 2-point attempts, and that was it. 6 of 12 from three-point range and 3 of 3 at the line. Blue Jays out-rebounded the Titans 20-15. Titans still had 8 offensive rebounds. That is impressive.
And they only had 7 defensive rebounds. That's telling you that the Blue Jays are knocking down shots.
Yeah, the Titans missed quite a few more. The Titans had 5 turnovers while the Blue Jays had 8 in the first half. Titans led by Brady Keel had 7 in the first half. While Casey Lawrence had 3, Jackson Nego had 3, Mason Funk with 2, Carlo Kolak with 2, Nathan Bolt with 2, David Williams, Anthony Kemp, and Carter Williams have yet to score. Blue Jays got 10 points each from Dominic Trellenberg and Vinny Ajajongbeda, 9 from Talon Pearson, 4 from Sebastian Blahout, and 2 points each from Aiden Boone and Luke Smith, while E.J. Marshall, Jack Cherry, and Andy Colvin have not scored. Another key stat that stands out in contrast to their last matchup, as the Titans were focusing much more on working the ball inside, and again, they had Noah Cleveland at that point, had 52 points in the paint. They had 8 in the paint in the first half.
Yeah, they were impressive against Elmhurst last time out. I mean, a 22-point win against a team that had really played well in Elmhurst up to that point. Titans had a really good night last time against Elmhurst. Obviously, the big guy's not there. You're not going to be able to dump in the post. You got to find other options. So that's not even a question here in the second half. You just got to get after it defensively. You got to move the basketball, and again, play loose. Let those three-pointers fly here in the second half. See if you start knocking down some shots. Get yourself back in the game. See if you can make this a competitive game at the 8-minute mark.
Second half, when we come back after this timeout from Shirk Center. It's the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship on IWSports.com and the CCIW Network.
To graduate job placement, Illinois Wesleyan University ranks number 1 in Illinois and number 7 in the United States. Do well, do good, and achieve more than you ever thought possible. Check us out at iwu.edu.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
We thank our crew here at IWSports.com. Lola Avila, Stacy Agiola, Nicole Duma, Cody Buzzcall, Caleb Swanson, and Tyler Wilson here at Shirk Center as the Titans trail 37-19 here at the intermission. Well, Titan fans, you can make a difference for Illinois Wesleyan athletics by supporting the Titan Athletics Fund through helping provide opportunities for student athletes to succeed both on and off the court. Every gift strengthens our programs, facilities, and the overall Titan experience. If you'd like to support the free live streams of every Titan Athletics event, simply select the Athletic Communications Department when making your gift. It's quick and easy. Just visit IWSports.com and click on Support the Titans. Join us in keeping Titan pride strong today and for generations to come. We hope to be here next weekend for the NCAA tournament. If the Titans are on the road, we will be with them. We'll have audio-only broadcast for you on IWSports.com and the CCIW network as Titans get the ball to start the second half in their home alternate grays, and Carlo Kolak to inbound with Lawrence, Nego, Funk, and Keel on the floor with him. And the same 5 for the Blue Jays, Blahout, Trellenberg, Smith, Ajajongbeda, and more for Coach Baines' team. Now it's Funk at the top of the key against the man. The man hooks the ball to the free throw line to Lawrence. Lawrence moves inside to the baseline, draws a double, kicks it out to Nego. On the drive, unloads to Funk, pulls up, right elbow, jumper, got it.
Now Mason Funk able to turn the corner, get within 15 feet, knock one home, and as I mentioned, Titans just need to keep chipping away at this thing here.
37-21. Titans trailed by 19 in the first half. They got it down to 16 now. As Blahout gets the ball out to Trellenberg, tripped up, got rid of the ball. Now the Blahut looks to post up against Lawrence. Lawrence sticks with him as he bangs his way inside, has to go to the fade. Tough shot, 10-footer, short, good D by Royce. He's playing some great D tonight. Now in transition, it's Inigo. Getting it back from Kolak. Top of the key, Funk, pair of screens for Lawrence, feeds the post. Now to Keel, down low against Boone, tries to get up and under, nothing there. Back out right side to Nigo. Top of the key, Funk, Nigo for 3. Skims off the rim. Boone with a good box out. Didn't corral the rebound. It's loose. What great effort by Keel. Forcing a tie-up between the legs of Smith, and they call it a kick ball. And the Titans will get it.
Yeah, kind of a surprising call that time. I didn't see a kicked basketball right there. Illinois Wesleyan looks like they caught a break.
A great effort, though, by Brady Keel. You just don't know what'll happen when you give it your all. Good things can happen, and he made that opportunity. Or they ended up calling a foul on a kick. Not a kick ball, but a kick violation against Smith. Now the inbound comes into Kolak in the left corner. Now on the left side. Lawrence over to Funk, to Keel, back out to Funk. Funk with a head fake, moving in on Aja Hungbeta. Back out to Lawrence with 5 to shoot. Lawrence roams to the right. He's got the double behind the back out to Funk for 3. Skims off the rim. The rebound juggled and corralled by Boone.
Yeah, really nice job by Aiden Boone. Great block out. Good defense that time by Elmhurst, forcing the Titans into a really difficult shot. And now Luke Smith dribbles the ball right off his foot. Not quite the start that the Blue Jays wanted here in the second half. And we'll see if the Titans can take some advantage of that.
And sometimes psychologically you get a big lead, and we know this because we've lived through this on the other side all season long. You get a little comfortable when you get a big lead in the first half, even when you know the other team is capable of coming back.
Yeah, the Titans have had a number of large leads at this point of the game this year.
Kolak buries a 3, top of the circle.
A good start here for Illinois Wesleyan. They chipped away a little bit here now. They got it down to 13. We'll see if they can keep the momentum on their side.
37-24, 2 minutes gone by second half. Now the crowd making some noise. Really packed house here at Shirk Center. Top of the circle, Trellenberg near midcourt. On the right to Smith. Looking, bounce pass top of the key to Boone. Looking for a handoff, plugged up. Now he looks to go backdoor, nearly threw it away. Kick out to Trellenberg for 3. Spins around and in.
It's just been that kind of night for Elmhurst. Yeah, that possession was going nowhere. That looked like a clear turnover, and they find a way to knock down a 3-pointer.
13 points for Trellenberg. And now 7 of 13 from 3-point range. Now the backup, long 2 by Lawrence around the rim and out.
Yeah, Kaysen doesn't take that shot very often, but I liked it.
Diving in from Funk with a nice effort near midcourt to save it for Illinois Wesleyan. They got the fight in him here in the second half. Looking to make a charge. Kolak barrels his way to the basket and scores.
Well, we talked about this bulldog part of this team. They're going to get after it here in the second half.
7 points for Kolak. 40-26, 3 minutes in. Now Smith taking his time out near midcourt. Guarded by Nigo in the man-to-man. Bounce pass left side to Marshall. Now out to Boone, top of the circle. Guarded by Keel. They go baseline for Trellenberg. Knifing his way inside. Leaning in, had a block by Kolak. Titans on the break. Funk ahead of steam. All the way to the glass for 2.
Yeah, you knew Mason Funk wasn't going to give it up. And Coach Baines is going to take a timeout. And here come the Titan faithful here in the Shirk Center. It might be the loudest I've heard this place all year. As they're trying to fight their way back into this contest right now. Well, you knew this team wasn't going to fade, Eric, here in the second half. They're going to get after you. Had a lot of competitors on this Illinois Wesleyan team. First half was nightmarish for Illinois Wesleyan. And now all you're going to do is you're just going to keep chipping away. And the closer you get, the more pressure goes on the Blue Jays. And we'll see if the Titans can make a run here just to get themselves back in the contest.
But we've seen a couple of transition baskets, which they were not able to get in the first half. They had 0 fast break points in the first half. And that's a challenge when you're unable to get good looks in your offensive set, and you can't do it when you're taking it out of the other team's net, as they were doing in most of the first half.
And right now they're turning Elmhurst over with that aggressive defense, leaving some easy baskets on the other end. And it really is amazing. Once you get transition baskets, you get something going to the rim. Now all of a sudden the three-point shots start going in as well. So we'll see if that happens for Illinois Wesleyan.
Titans have opened up the half on a 9-3 run, as the Blue Jays still lead by a dozen at 40-28.
And you have to remember, the one basket Elmhurst had looked like it was going to be a turnover. Right. They throw it back to Trellenberg. He knocks down a three, and tip your cap to him. This is a great shot. Not taking anything away from him, but that looked like that possession was going nowhere as well.
And Coach Baines not waiting for the media timeout to corral his troops and try to keep the Titans from climbing back into this one further. Blue Jays led by as many as 19 in the first half. As the inbound comes into Marshall. Watched by Lawrence. Now Smith. He'll work it across with a screen from Boone. Blue Jays looking for their 20th win and looking to sew up an automatic bid. Now the right side to Ajahong Beda. Looks to feed the post, nothing there. Back out to Marshall.
A nice shot by Carlo Kolak.
Boone dials up a three. Too strong. Tipped in. Mason Funk wins the rebound for Wesleyan. Funk into the front court. Shovels it back out to Nigo. Right side to Funk. Funk looks it over, shovels it down low to Keel. Keel against Boone. Looks to go baseline behind the goal. Hamden kicks it out to Nigo. Nigo works his way into the green space. Off the glass and in on the baby hook.
Yeah, nice finish that time by Jackson Nigo, and now he's going to pick up a foul right here on the reach in. But still, I think we're going to get to the media timeout here. And the Titans have actually probably a better spot than we thought they would be here at this point. Down just 10 here, but they have really done a nice job coming out, playing hard here in the second half, and really playing Illinois Wesleyan basketball.
Well, we saw the Blue Jays fall behind 13 points last night of the first media timeout. By the next timeout, I think they had it down to 4 or 5. But that was a different kind of pace of a game. The Titans were having a hard time scoring at all in the first half. They had 11 in the first 4 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, it just seems like a different team here in the second half. And where are the shots coming from? They're coming as the Titans are getting to the rim now here in half number 2. Spreading out Elmhurst a little bit more, getting some finishes as well. But you can definitely tell the team has come out with a spark here in the second half. Kind of knew that was going to happen just watching the team all year and how hard they play. They weren't just going to lay down here in the second half against the Blue Jays. Now you got it to 10. Now you've got yourself back in the ball game. The question is, can you keep that momentum going, especially at the defensive end? You saw Carlo Kolak do a really nice job of covering up on Dominic Trellenberg. Trellenberg is a very, very good mid-post player. Once he catches it in that post, even out to 15 feet, he is a very difficult guard. Carlo Kolak fighting to get to that position. One of the things that might be advantageous for Illinois Wesleyan here in the second half, because of the media timeouts, they're going to be able to play some guys some extended minutes because there's more breaks. So probably a couple of those guys probably won't see the bench very much at all here in the second half as they try to fight their way back into the game.
And Cason Lawrence played 18 minutes of the first half. Funk played 17. Trellenberg played 18 for the Blue Jays. Aiden Boone 17. Only played a little more than that last night because he had foul trouble in the first half, but was crucial to their comeback. Now the Blue Jays up by 10. They set a screen in the corner for Trellenberg. Hits a three from the right corner.
He has just been terrific. And is he playing well? Mid-post, three-pointers. He's got the only buckets here in the second half for Elmhurst.
And that can let the wind out of the sails after a momentum run for the Titans. Now a 13-point game. Trellenberg has 16 on the night. Lawrence feeds the post to Keel. Backing down on Boone. Boone reached in, poked it away. Keel retrieves. Now back up top to Lawrence, right side to Funk. 8 to shoot. Funk puts a move on. Backs down into the paint. Fades, foul line. Jay left it short. Boone off his fingertips. Out of bounds. Still Titan ball. 3 on the shot clock, though.
Going to have to get something quick here now if you're Illinois Wesleyan. Great job by Ajahong Beda right there, making that a really difficult shot for Mason Funk. But he's done a really nice job on Funk all night.
So Nigo will inbound to the baseline. They'll play off of him. As he looks underneath, backdoor finds Keel fading. Baseline, Jay, he hits.
Yeah, Brady Keel can make that shot. The more confidence he builds, the more that shot's going to go down.
Keel has 9 to lead the Titans. It's an 11-point game. 5 minutes gone by second half. Left side, Cherry. Deep on the wing. Looks for a screen from Boone. They pick and pop. No, Boone doesn't take it. Now moves his way inside with a spin to the glass. Leaner short, fouled on Mason Funk. And that's his first. And Boone, explosive mover to the basket.
And Coach Baines was just raving about Boone after the game last night. He talked about how well he has played. He is a difference maker. Went to the spin that time, got himself inside again. Good ball fake right there up top. Got the defender in the air. That's where he's really good, is knocking down free throws.
2 for 2 tonight, now 3 for 3. Cason Lawrence got the foul. That is his third, and he'll check out. And David Williams in. Boone, 3 points, now 4 points, all at the line tonight. Pushes it back up to 13 as David Williams jogs it up.
That's going to have to happen at the defensive end for the Titans here this evening. The offense has gotten going here in the second half, but stops are going to be crucial.
Funk off the screen, head fake, no shot. Now Lawrence back out to Funk. Funk again looking for a seam. Swings it over to Kolak. On the wing to Lawrence. Kolak again, works his way into the paint, moves inside, got stripped, ran into a triple team, got fouled. Pearson is beside himself as he just got the whistle, his second, first of the half.
Thought Elmhurst did a pretty good job that time of being able to hedge down inside on that dribble and make it hard for Carlo Kolak to be able to get to the basket. But Carlo finds himself at the line.
Kolak's first one is up and good, a 71% free throw shooter, coming off a career-high 26 points last night as Lawrence leaves and Connor Williams returns.
Now, Titans needed all of them last night. Boy, North Park pushed Illinois Wesleyan right to the edge, even out there leading the score, Mike Mukovic.
2 perfect free throws for Carlo Kolak. He has 8 points, 45-34 Blue Jays. Cherry into the front court. Gets it up top to Boone. Swings it right side to Ajahong Beta. Back out to Boone. Boone with a head fake, side steps, looks, kicks the ball back at the wing to Ajahong Beta. Now with the right wing, curls in left of the lane, blocked by Funk, but he got some of the wrist. You can hear the slap from upstairs. Mason Funk picks up the foul this time, and he'll send Ajahong Beta to the line.
Coming right at your screen right here. Yeah, good call that time by the official. And slapping down. It would have been a difficult shot for Ajahong Beta, kind of fading away there. Might have been a lot of control as he's getting to the basket.
10 points in the first half, a 75% free thrower. Rattles out the first.
And Ajahong Beta, though, knocked down an early 3 right away to set the tempo for Elmhurst. Blue Jays got off to a 7-0 start. It was 9-2 to start the game, 11-4. So boy, they were right at Illinois Wesleyan right off the bat.
The Titans have never led in this one. And 1 of 2 for Ajahong Beta. 46-34, Blue Jays on top. As David Williams walks it up with Funk, Kolak, Keel, and Connor Williams. Williams now up top to Funk. Funk, they set a pick for Williams. Williams looks to drive back up to Funk, rolls to the right. He'll pull up, 12-footer, got it.
Well, Mason Funk right now starting to create a little bit of space for himself. Really good pull-up jumper. Ajahong Beta did a nice job taking away the lane right there, not giving him a straight line drive. When Mason's knocking down that little 15-foot pull-up, he is very difficult to guard.
That's 8 for Funk, now a 10-point game. Ajahong Beta on the right side. Looks it up top to Boone, hands back to Ajahong Beta. Looks to put a move on Funk. No, he'll stroke at 3. Funk may have got a hand on it, forced the miss. Hits the front of the tin, pulled down by Kolak. Williams pedals over the front court. That's David Williams. The kick out to Funk for 3. Back rim, no. Trelleborg the rebound.
A good look for the Titans, though. A nice job by Mason Funk on the defensive end. Ajahong Beta trying to shoot over the top. Really good reach that time, able to contest.
Blue Jays up by 10.
Now, this is the guy, Trelleborg. He's the guy that's really giving them problems here in the second half. His shooting.
Has 16 to lead all scores. Right side, Cherry. Cherry dribbles it up top. 13 minutes left. Trelleborg the screen. Cherry the drive. The dish. Pearson went for the layup and got stuffed by Funk. Then Williams got tripped up and fouled. I believe that was the call. The officials blow the whistle. It's going to be an Ajahong Beta on the strip. Another big-time block there for Illinois Wesleyan. A nifty dish.
Take a look at Mason Funk coming over. That's all basketball right there. Titans going back the other direction. Illinois Wesleyan down big at the break. 37-19, have shaved 8 off that lead already. Again, fighting their way back into this contest here, putting some pressure on Elmhurst here in the second half.
The best shot blocking team in the country. And Mason Funk establishing himself as one of the best shot blockers that Illinois Wesleyan has ever seen. The drive by Kolak, the kick out to Connor Williams. Head fake there by Kolak. On the cut, Funk to glass, the drive to the dish. Both going for the dunk, and he's able to drop it in for 2.
That looks like some contact right there. No call, but it's single digits now here at the 12.5 mark where the Titans are coming on.
That almost prevented the finish, but Bolt still able to guide it through. Titan fans come to their feet to get some of the football players on the side making some noise. 12:15 to go. Top of Keith Smith. moving in on Kolak. Foul line, fading, jumper, no, tipped. Out of bounds, officials send it the other way to Illinois Wesleyan.
Well, the Titans have really played well here in the second half. Now get it down to single digits. Chance to get a little bit closer here. Again, playing this in segments. And boy, the segments have gone exceptionally well for Illinois Wesleyan here. An 18-point deficit at the half. Now you have it down to 8. And we'll see where that offense is going to come from. Got to think Carlo Kolak and Mason Funk are going to see the floor the entire second half here for Illinois Wesleyan. The other parts are interchangeable.
Yeah, they've got another media timeout coming soon as Williams sets up at the right side, hands off to Kolak, top of the key to Funk. Funk roams left off the pick by Bolt. Rainbow tipped and it got fouled. It was Augustana College challenging the shot by Funk, got the reach in, and he picks up his first foul, no, his second, and Funk will shoot 2 after our media timeout. With 11:57 to go, Elmhurst leads 47-38. We'll take a break. This is the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship on IWSports.com and the CCIW Network. Eight-point game, Elmhurst with the lead. Illinois Wesleyan preparing for a couple of Mason Funk free throws. Just Thrive Health, founded by Illinois Wesleyan the baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina. Proud parents of former Titan athletes Nina and Marco Anderson. Just Thrive. It takes guts to be healthy.
Illinois Wesleyan now getting that lead down to single digits, a chance to get a little bit closer. Here in the second half, they've done a tremendous job of keeping Elmhurst out of the lane. Elmhurst has pretty much been an outside shooting three-point team here in the second half. It's really been Carlo Kolak taking away Dominic Trellenberg in the post. Now, Trellenberg's hit some really nice shots from the outside. He's a terrific player for the Blue Jays, but they've done a nice job keeping Elmhurst out of transition here so far in half number 2, but the defense has been very good for the Titans.
Funk at the line for 2. First one is up and good. He has 9 points on the night. Had 23 points in their last outing against the Blue Jays a couple of weeks ago. Titan women, by the way, now up by 9 early fourth quarter against Carroll in the women's championship. Second one is long, and Ajahong Beta corrals the miss.
I'll say the Titans can continue to get stops here. They've done a really nice job on the defensive end here so far in the second half.
46-39. They've held the Blue Jays to 7 points since the break. 9 points, that is. Right side, Smith. He got bumped by David Williams, and he got the foul. And that'll be his first. And team's fourth.
Now Carlo Kolak is going to get a bit of a break here after running almost a full 40 minutes last night. Montrose trying to keep the legs fresh here this evening.
Especially for someone who's been banged up for much of the year. They were trying to ration his minutes as much as they could, but they can't afford to be without him. Now Blahu to the right side, back out to Ajahong Beta, roams to the left. Guarded loosely here by Bolt. Looks to take him off the dribble. Has to kick the ball back out to Smith. At 5, Smith gets his way to the bucket and glides it and scores.
Can't have any straight line layups. That's the one thing you can't give up. But Luke Smith is quick. Does a great job turning the corner. And we'll see now if the Titans have another couple runs in them. Sometimes you try to climb that hill, you just run out of gas.
Connor Williams on the left side, 48-39. Top of the key, it's Funk. Funk to the right side, sweeping dribble, spin move, the scoop. Oh, what a shot. And it somehow falls in.
That is unreal that time for Mason Funk. Boy, he is just putting this team on his shoulders here right now and trying to get him to rally for a title.
Mason Funk now in double figures with maybe the shot of the year. Elmhurst leads by 7, 48-41. Pearson looks for a step. Kicks the ball back out to Ajahong Beta. Back to Smith. David Williams sticks with him. 8 to shoot. Smith to the right. Looking. Shot clock at 5. Crosses over. Steps into a 3. Back rim, no. Rebound, Connor Williams for Wesleyan. Watches his back. gathers it into the front court. Back out to Lawrence. Left side, Funk. Funk now dribbles up top, curls to the right, looking for a step, a spin, the fade. The shot, a little short tip by Bolt, corralled by Trellenberg, and he got fouled trying to untangle from Bolt.
Well, he just got to back off there once he's got that rebound. Just one too many swipes there. You see, here's that shot by Mason Funk. How about that? Dropping down. Titans within single digits here, down to 7. Got a possession to get a little bit closer.
Blue Jays led by 19 points late in the first half. They have never trailed in this one. A game they really need to have to get into the NCAAs. Otherwise, they'll need a lot of help. Titans, meanwhile, are trying to sew up a home date next weekend.
Yeah, Elmhurst totally dominated that first half. Titans have just tried to been fighting their way back into the game here in half number 2.
Midway through the second half, Ajong Beta looking for a post up here against Funk. Backs down on him, gets into the paint, gets good position. He'll try the turnaround off the backboard and scores.
Well, once he gets you down that close, difficult to be able to stop. Elmhurst making some plays now out here to keep the Titans at bay.
He's got 13, 50-41 the count. Polak got tripped up with the Trellenberg left side. Lawrence for 3, got it.
Oh, how about Mason Lawrence? Just a little bit of fade off that screen. You just love that fade screen when it goes down.
Second tray of the game for Lawrence, 50-44. Blue Jays on top. Now the Titan fans making some noise. Bounce pass right side, Marshall. Marshall baseline leaning, swatted out of bounds by Funk. Still Elmhurst ball. And Cherry will come in for the Blue Jays. Marshall to the bench.
I can see that one getting swatted out of there right in front of the football players behind the basket. They brought some energy here in the second half for the Titans.
Al Smith for the inbound. They play off of him. Cherry on the baseline. Cherry with the 9 to shoot. Works off a screen. Gets it up top to Ajahong Beta. At 5, at 4, out to Trellenberg. A long 3, and it comes up short. Lawrence grabs it for Illinois Wesleyan.
And the Titans trying to get a step closer now here. That lead at 6. And we'll see if they can get another nice possession on the offensive end.
Under 9 minutes to go. Kolek right side off a screen for 3. Short, skims off the rim, and Smith will let it carry him out of bounds.
We got a decent look that time as the defender went underneath the screen, and now Coach Baines will call a 30-second timeout here for the Blue Jays. Just trying to get a good offensive possession right now for Elmhurst. But the Titans have done a great job getting up in the passing lanes, making it really difficult on Elmhurst to be able to get in the lane here in the second half. Now you see Mason Funk coming right at you. There's that scoop shot once again. What a tremendous play that time by the junior. And he has just not let the Titans die here in the second half.
When it comes to lunch, one thing that makes it great is variety. Biaggi's lunch menu is packed with a variety, from a selection of freshly tossed salads and specialty sandwiches to the popular lunch half and half. That includes a choice of 2 items, soup, salad, a half pizza, or a half sandwich. Lunch at Biaggi's is always fresh, it's fast, and it's definitely filling. Enjoy lunch at Biaggi's tomorrow. Open daily at 11 a.m. at 3010 East Empire Street. To view menus or place an order for curbside pickup, visit Biaggi's.com.
I talked about one of the goals for the Titans here in the second half. Get to the 8-minute under 8 timeout with it being a basketball game. It looks like they're going to get there at this point.
8:47 to go as the inbound comes in. Cherry. He's pressured by Lawrence as he pedals the ball into the front court. Titans set up in the man-to-man with Keel, Funk, Kolak, and Nigo on the floor with Lawrence. Smith on the right side, comes off a pick. Works into the free throw line, gets to the paint, pulls up, tough shot, 10-footer left is short, Funk the rebound. Titans with a stifling defense in the second half. Funk with a no-look, darts it ahead to Kolak for the score.
Titans now back within 4, a lot of contact on the other end. Looked like that was going to be a foul against Jackson Nigo. No call from the officials right there, and the Shirk Center is into it.
50-46. Titans have it down to 4. Smith, top of the key to Boone, slapped away. Diving effort by Keel, can't get to it. Boone now looks to take advantage. Barrels his way to the basket. Blocked from behind by Keel. Titans all over it on defense tonight. Now Funk has the seam. The dish to Keel. Blocked from behind. Keel got it back. Pulled down to the floor. And the foul on Aiden Boone.
Boy, this has just been a tremendous stretch of defense here by Illinois Wesleyan. and they have been exceptional on the defensive end of the second half. And it's gotten them back in the basketball game. Look at Aiden Boone. I think he got a bucket. There come those shot blockers from the backside. Illinois Wesleyan, boy, the under 8 timeout, Eric. If you told me they'd be down 4, we certainly would have taken it.
Well, and it was even before that, the block where Kiel had to dive at midcourt that sort of set that whole thing up.
Yeah, certainly the hustle plays have all gone Illinois Wesleyan's way here in the second half. The energy that you were looking for from the beginning of the game, they have found it ever since halftime. This has been an extraordinary run here by the Titans. They have scrapped and clawed their way back into this contest here. Now with a chance to get this down to a one-possession game. I guess the question, Eric, is will you put so much energy in the comeback? Do you have enough to be able to finish it tonight? We'll find out in the last 7:53.
Yeah, it is so hard to do. Well, the Titan women are up by 4 with 5:12 to go in their championship game, 62-58 in Waukesha, as they look to hold on for a victory and get into the NCAAs. They are certainly a walk to get in, as is Carroll. Both are nationally ranked teams.
I think right now on the Illinois Wesleyan side, Coach Rose is talking about ball movement on the offensive end. Let's keep that basketball moving. It's been moving really well here so far in the second half. Another side for Elmhurst, I think Dominic Trellenberg's probably got to be your guy. They've had a hard time getting him the basketball in that mid-post area so far. That's usually where they're going to go offensively when they really need a bucket. Trellenberg's knocked down a couple threes here in the second half to keep that Elmhurst offense going, but that mid-post game is where he is really strong.
Nigo has the baseline inbound for the Titans. In there with the Funk, Kiel, Kolak, and Lawrence. Looking, gets into the corner to Kiel, hands the ball out to Nigo. Nigo sets up on the right wing. Shot clock at 17. Right side to Lawrence. Feeds the post to Kiel. Backing down, kicks it out to Kolak. Kolak on the wing, looks for a seam, kicks the ball back out. Now it's Nigo at 6, at 5. Swings it out, Lawrence, a long 3. Off at the front of the tin, tipped up and pulled down by Jackson Nigo. They get a fresh 20. And they'll reset. Back to Nigo once again. Titans have got a ton of offensive rebounds tonight. Now Funk moving in right of the lane. Gets it back out to Kiel. Hands off to Funk. Funk looking. Funk goes baseline behind the goal and scores.
Is he having a second half for Illinois Wesleyan? And how about this rally by the Titans?
Funk with 13 points. It's down to a bucket, 50-48. Under 7 minutes to go as we speak. Now Cherry on the right side. Pressured by Lawrence. Now he runs into trouble from Kiel. Back out to Boone. On the left to Smith. Smith looking. 8 to shoot. One hands to Cherry. Cherry with a spin. Had his arm held and he got the shot away, but the foul came before that. Got his arms tangled with Kaysen Lawrence. That's his 4th.
Yeah, Kaysen's played really nice defense here so far in this contest, being physical. Now Connor Williams will come in. Connor's done a nice job on the defensive end so far this year. And Connor is a very good shooter as well. Obviously, they lose their best shooter off the floor, but Connor Williams can put the ball in the basket.
6:46 to go. The lob into Boone. They get a fresh 20 out off the foul. 16 fouls on the Titans, so they'll be shooting after this. Outside Jahong Beta looks to move in, nothing there. Back out to Cherry, 10 to shoot. Cherry moves in on Williams, loose dribble. Got it back, kicks the ball back out to Boone for 3. And it's long, tip, Trelleborg tracks it down. They get a fresh 20. Now it's Cherry. Right side. Defense scrambling after the near steal, unable to get the rebound. The drive, Cherry. Pivots, fades, 12-footer, no. Kolak the rebound for the Titans.
With a chance to tie or take the lead here at the 6-minute mark.
In the CCIW championship, Funk top of the key. The slip down low by Kiel. Back to Funk. Funk at the top. Crossover dribble. Moves inside. Has a seam. Flips it up. No. Blocking foul called. He got inside the half circle. Boone tried to take the charge, and he got the infraction.
And Mason Funk just putting his head down. Boy, we are going to have a battle here in the last 5:56. Yep, there's definitely a foot right there on the arc. Good call by the official. Yeah, Aiden Boone, you're set, but that foot is right there on that arc.
Mason Funk at the line. He's got 13 points tonight. 1 for 2 at the stripe. Chance for 2 to tie the game.
Elmhurst just has that one timeout left here in the contest.
Funk's first is up and good. The Blue Jays are 4 for 17 from the floor in the second half. Illinois Wesleyan, meanwhile, is 12 of 21 and 2 of 7 from deep. Now Funk for the tie. Rimming short. They have not completed the comeback just yet as the Blue Jays cling to a 1-point advantage in the CCIW championship. John Bate at top of the key, being hassled by Funk. Now he gives him some space. He has to unload. Gets it out to Pearson. Now Boone. Boone with a step to the right. Looks to feed the post and he threw it away, but Trelleborg was held. Kolak will get the foul as he was unable to separate to get the post feed. And they're now in the bonus. That's the third on Kolak, and Trelleborg, the main man for the Blue Jays, their senior, who's had a big night tonight, 16 points, goes to the line for a 1 bonus.
Yeah, tough call that time against Illinois Wesleyan. Probably a little bit of a hold that time by Carlo Kolak.
Trelleborg missed one earlier. Knocks down the first here.
And still a long way to go in this contest. Still 5:34 to go in the game. Illinois Wesleyan's been climbing that mountain for quite a while. Let's see what the Titans have left in the tank here in the last 5.5.
Blue Jays are 6 of 7 at the line. One more for Trelleborg. Gets a pair. He's got 18 on the night. And it's 52-49. As Nego carries the ball up on the right side, looks for seam, goes behind the goal, looking, kicks it out, corner, Kolak, head fake, gets into the paint, kicks it out, Keel, back out to Connor Williams, right side to Funk. Funk looks for seam, up top to Kolak. Carlo holds the rock, back to Funk, 9 to shoot. Kolak looking, now he takes off. He'll pivot, he'll fade from 10, left it short, tipped out of bounds. Trelleborg touched it last. It'll be Titan ball, a fresh 20 on the clock with 5:05 to go.
Yeah, every possession now so vitally important for both sides. Low-scoring basketball game. The shot way off that time, but there's Trelleborg coming over the top.
Nego with the inbound into the corner, open. Williams for 3, skims off the rim, and Smith has the rebound for the Blue Jays.
The Titans have had a couple good looks here to try to get over the top. So far, the Blue Jays have been able to hold them off.
With under 5 minutes to go, Blue Jays possession. They're hoping they've dodged one here in the second half. The drive by Smith, runs into Keel, and Keel got the block. That is this first foul on Brady Keel. And a 1-1 chance for the freshman, Luke Smith.
Yeah, get a good look at it right here now as Luke Smith coming when you're living. Good crossover right there. Yep, certainly coming out on that hard hedge right there. Picking up the foul.
Smith, 4 points tonight. He is an 84% free throw shooter. A big 1-1 here. First one up and rimming good.
Yeah, nice job using that backspin to get that one up over the rim. Titans got within 1, had a chance to tie with Mason Funk at the line. Now the Blue Jays have gotten the last 3 of the contest, and let's see if they're going to build this lead back again.
And he gets both. That's 4 in a row at the line for the Blue Jays. They're back up by 5.
Now they've been able to get themselves to the free throw line here in the last couple of possessions down the floor. We'll see if the Titans have the answer.
Now it's Jackson Nego out near the midline. Right side to Kolak, top of the key to Funk. Funk swings the left side to Connor Williams. Into the corner to Keel. Keel puts it on the deck, shovels it out to Nego. Around the horn now Funk. Funk with the handoff to Connor Williams. Williams looking, goes baseline, moves in on Smith. Gets into the paint. Double clutches, no. Off the backboard, and Boone has the rebound for the Blue Jays.
Couldn't finish inside. Again, a little bit of contact out front. And the Titans felt like not getting the call on this end that was called on the other.
As we approach 4 minutes here in the CCIW championship. Smith on the left side. Moves in on Nego with a spin. Nearly lost the rock. He stumbled out. Travel called against Trelleborg. To make that Smith. So that gives it back to Wesleyan.
Titans have come up empty on their last couple of possessions here. A little better ball movement. You get Casey Lawrence now back on the floor, maybe stretching things a little bit there. And there's Luke Smith with the travel. The Titans have put themselves in position to be able to win the game. That wasn't looking like that at halftime.
54-49. Right side to Kolak, screened by Keel. The give and go to Keel. Keel stares down his man with a head fake. Works it out to the elbow. Now Nego. Nego off a screen for 3. Got it!
How about the junior point guard stepping up right there? We got ourselves a ball game under 4.
8 points for Nego, 54-52. Smith right side to Pearson. Now on the wing to Trellenberg. Sweeps it over to Boone, top of the key. Keel slapping at it. Hand off to Smith. Smith left elbow. Leans in baseline. Goes glass. Too strong. Tipped up by Boone. And the rebound won by Cason Lawrence. With 3:16 to go. Lawrence jogs it across. Titans down 2. Titans call timeout. They still have 2 remaining. As we have 3:14 left in regulation. Another opportunity for Illinois Wesleyan to tie or take the lead.
Now the Titans have just been outstanding defensively here in the second half, holding Elmhurst to just 17 points. This is the type of energy and the type of defense that we've seen all year from Illinois Wesleyan. Boy, the Titans had a hard time scoring in that first half. Give Elmhurst a tremendous amount of credit. They played a terrific first half, but Illinois Wesleyan has showed that fight that we have seen all year here in the second half. Now the question is, where do you go with the basketball here if you're the Titans? With Noah Cleveland in the game, when he was playing, the ball would definitely get dumped inside here. Titans are a little bit more of a perimeter-oriented team here at this point. Not saying Brady Keel can't catch in the post and make a move, but it's probably going to be those guys slashing the basket. Mason Funk's done a great job getting downhill here in the second half. Carlo Kolak's been able to do it all season. But the one guy you absolutely can't leave is number 14, Cason Lawrence. You got to tag him all over the floor right now if you're Elmhurst. We'll see if they can just get him a little crack or crevice here to get off a three-point shot and put the Titans in the lead here with 3 minutes to go in the game.
The Titan women are clinging to a 4-point lead late, 64-60 with 1:09 to go up in Waukesha. Just Thrive Health, founded with deep Titan athletic connections by Illinois Wesleyan baseball alum Billy Anderson and his wife Tina. Proud parents of Titan basketball alumni Nina and Marco Anderson. Just Thrive Health, where Titan traditions thrive. Kolak will inbound in front of the Titan bench with Lawrence, Keel, Nego, and Funk on the floor. Lob into the backcourt, and Nego will bring it up. Titans have trailed by as many as 19 in this contest. Nego off a screen, has a seam, blows past his man, and it's an offensive basket interference. They'll score the goal, a goaltender should say. They'll score the bucket as Ajahon Beta wet for the block. And so we are tied for the first time since 0-0.
Yeah, how about this rally by Illinois Wesleyan here? Tremendous job by the guys tonight just to get back in the game, first of all. Now they find this game tied here with 3:05 to go. What a finish we're going to have.
There were 18 lead changes last night of the Blue Jays game against Carthage. We've not had one yet tonight. Titans looking for the first. Under 3 minutes to go. Boone, top of the key. They screen for Smith. Goes to his tippy toes, comes back down, kicks it out to Boone. Now Smith once again lobs it out to Cherry. 11 to shoot. Pearson looking down low. He pulls up for 3. Back rim, no. Good box out there by Nego to clear. Mason Funk to get the rebound.
Now allow the Titans with a chance to be able to take the lead here for the first time tonight.
2:30 to go. 54 all. Titans at the half court. Nego looks over the defense. Right side to Funk. Funk looking. He's going downhill. Offensive foul on Funk.
Yeah, good call that time by the official. It looked like Talon Pearson did a great job, and Mason extended that arm right there. I just really don't think there's much of a doubt on this particular play. Yep, you can see that. Really good job by the official. Kind of lowered the shoulder. Really good job by Talon Pearson as well. Be able to step in and take that charge there. Titan fans don't like it, but that was a good call.
Second foul on Mason Funk. So it remains a tie games. 54-54. Hand off to Trelleberg. Top of the key to Pearson. Left side to Smith. Smith with a bounce pass top of the key to Trelleberg. Trelleberg looking for the screen. Goes to the left. The Titans go under. Left side Smith. 10 to shoot. 2 minutes to go. Smith moves to the right elbow. Looking where he's well covered there by Nego. Has to unload it out to Boone. Boone with a head fake. Sidesteps. Glides in. Goes to the glass. Lost it out of bounds. It was tipped out by the Titans. It was blocked out on the layup. Just one on the shot clock for the Blue Jays.
Now got to get something quick here now. If you are Elmhurst, only have that one timeout left, so not going to be able to burn it here.
Cherry for the inbound, looking, he'll lob it into Boone. Tough catch, knocked away. It was poked away by Keel. Titans into the front court in a tie game. 1:45 to go. Nego over to Funk. Titans can take their time. They've got 2 timeouts. Funk to the left, and now they'll use one of them here as they set up the offense. A 30-second timeout. It comes with 1:39 to go and 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, well, in this situation right here now, boy, you'd love to get Mason Funk going downhill the best you possibly can. Coach Rose gets a chance to be able to set up a play here now in that huddle. On the other side, if you're the Blue Jays, well, you were just talking about keeping Illinois Wesleyan out of the lane. No straight line drives. We've got to block out, and we got to figure out where Cason Lawrence is. If you've got him, you cannot give any help at all. You got to stick on Lawrence, number 14. To be able to win out here in this particular situation. Big possessions, but the Titans have had some huge possessions at the defensive end. And you notice, Eric, Elmhurst has not been able to get Dominic Trellenberg in the post at all here so far in the last 10 minutes of the game. Carlo Kolak has done such a terrific job against Trellenberg here in the second half. Titans have fought their way back in the contest here now. A chance to take the lead down the stretch.
The Blue Jays are 4 of 20 from the floor in the second half, and 2 for 8 from beyond the arc.
Illinois Wesleyan's defense has been really good, and those 2 threes were both by Dominic Trellenberg. They were early in the half as well.
It'll be Kolak to inbound. Titans have their starting 5 on the floor as Nigo brings the ball to cross. At a tie game, 54 apiece. Funk swings it over to Keel. Keel with a handoff to Kolak. Kolak now takes off into the paint, leaning in off the backboard. No tip. Boone had a hand on it out to Lawrence. They reset, fresh 20. Nigo steps up. They'll slash to the left. Goes to baseline, circles it back out. They'll take their time once again. No need to rush. Both teams have 1 timeout left. Now Kolak out near the midline. Takes off right of the lane with a spin to the glass layup. Rimming, no. Tipped up and in by Kolak for 2.
How about Carlo Kolak staying with it now? Let's see if the Titans can get this big defensive stop here. They finally have the lead.
Their first lead of the night, 56-54, foul up top on Nigo as Coach Rose goes to his knees. And this will send Smith to the line for 2. They are in the double bonus now with 54 seconds to go.
Yeah, everything that's happened in this game right here, that's a tough call there against the Titans in that situation. Well, first of all, Jackson Nigo gets bumped into the offensive player. And boy, Smith just cool, calm character there at the line. This is how Elmhurst has really scored all their points here in the last few moments of the game. Has been at the free throw line.
It was 4 years ago the Blue Jays played a regular season game here. They had a big second half lead. Titans came back and won that. Somewhat reminiscent of that, but the Blue Jays ended up getting him in the conference championship and ended up with a run all the way to the Final Four. 2 free throws go down. It's a tie game. 46 seconds to go, about a 23-second difference between the game and shot clock. Nigo up top. Funk left side to Kolak against man-to-man defense. Nearly packed house here at Shirk Center. Anxiously awaits the finale. Kolak with the drive. Nearly lost the rock. Got it back. Kicks it out. Lawrence with a head fake. He's covered. Lawrence, he'll back up. 4-3. Short. Loose ball. Trellenberg got it off the 1 hop, and Elmhurst has a chance to win it. The shot clock is off. We'll see if they call a timeout. They do. They take their final timeout with 16.1 seconds to go. Titans didn't get a great look in the last shot.
Yeah, they certainly did. A little fade back by Cason Lawrence. It was on line, just a little bit short that time. But as you mentioned, Eric, not a good look there for Illinois Wesleyan. And now Elmhurst got a chance to be able to win the game. But a lot of different options out there for the Blue Jays. Dominic Trellenberg obviously is option number 1. They'd love to get him in the post. Carlo Kolak has really guarded that well here so far. But the other option for Elmhurst has been Luke Smith, the freshman point guard. Done a really nice job coming off those high screens. The one guy you got to watch out for is Aiden Boone as well. Hasn't quite had the same night he had last night against Carthage. But his ability to be able to set that high screen and pick and pop, he's been an awfully dangerous player. Unfortunately for Elmhurst, boy, their best offense has been at the free throw line here so far late in the contest. They have not been able to get much going to the basket and been able to get field goals to be able to go here late in the game. Titans would love to keep them off the line. For Illinois Wesleyan, boy, looking to play aggressive defense here. Maybe get a tip, steal, and get a shot for yourself at the offensive end, or try to hold on for overtime.
Yeah, the score has been flipped in the second half. It was 37-19 Elmhurst at the break. It's been the Titans 37-19 in the second half. And the Blue Jays with 9 of their 19 points at the half coming from the free throw line. They're 9 out of 10.
Yeah, they've shot a lot of free throws here so far in the second half. But also, Eric, Illinois Wesleyan has been super aggressive defensively, so that's probably led to a lot of those foul calls. Officials have done a really nice job in this game. It's not an easy game to be able to officiate. a team that's desperate to get to the NCAA tournament, another team that's desperate to win a conference tournament championship, I should say. They've done a really nice job calling this game.
Remember, the Blue Jays have a foul to give if they end up on defense. Titans have one more timeout as well. Ajahong Beta will inbound the basketball to Cherry. The chant of defense from the Titan faithful. Cherry out near midcourt. They're going to work as much of the clock as they can before they set up the offense. Cherry, the bounce pass to Smith. Smith at 5. Trelleborg at 3. Trelleborg at 2. Leading. He'll fade for the win. In and out. Just missed it. Great look. And we have overtime.
Yeah, it was a really difficult shot that time by Dominic Trelleborg. Carlo Kolak did a great job defensively. Take a look at this right here. The fade. Oh, you are inches away from going to the NCAA tournament if you're the Blue Jays and cutting down the nets for the conference tournament championship. It rolls out, and we go to overtime. And I think if you'd asked anybody wearing green in here tonight at halftime if we could have gotten to overtime, they'd have taken it, and here we are.
Yeah, no question about it. After being down by 19 points late in the first half, they chipped away, led very briefly late in the second half. A couple of Luke Smith free throws deadlocked the game, and here we are at 56 with 5 minutes, and each team gets an additional timeout. Titans have a full and a 30, and 1:30-second timeout left for the Blue Jays. So who has the momentum now?
Yeah,
I guess whoever gets the first basket.
Yeah, hard to say. Overtime is a kind of a strange thing sometimes. That first bucket can be very important, but it can't be understated what a tremendous rally this is by Illinois Wesleyan. They were dead in the water at halftime. I bet probably a lot of people had kind of given up on this game for the Titans. And this team plays so hard. They are so gutsy, and they have shown all of that here in the second half.
Illinois Wesleyan's women down to the final seconds, leading 67-64, clinging to a lead in their championship game. Boy, a couple of photo finishes here tonight in CCIW basketball. It'll be Brady Keel and Aiden Boone in the center tap. Take 2. Titans win it. Jackson Eagle will set up as they go right to left here in the second half and the overtime. Now it's Nigo setting up at the right side, looking, kicks it out to Kolak. Left side to Lawrence. Now to Funk. Funk moves into the foul line, gives up the dribble, flips it back out to Kolak. Kolak looking for a seam. The drive of the dish to Keel. Pulls up, leaves it short, back tap. Nice effort to keep it alive. Lawrence with a head fake. Lawrence sidesteps out to Nigo. Right side to Funk. They take their time. Back at the left to Lawrence. Lawrence now to Kolak again with a shake. Moves inside, leaning downhill. Got his defender backpedaling, and he got the foul. Titans got the foul on Pearson.
Yeah, tough call that time against Elmhurst. Boy, Pearson's backpedaling there. A little bailout right there. We'll see on the replay here. You can see Carlo Kolak coming right at you there. Pearson backpedaling. Yeah, that's a tough call that time against Pearson.
The Titans are very much asserting themselves and taking the ball to the basket here in the second half and overtime, where they were living at the three-point line in the first half and really struggling as Kolak gives the Titans the first lead of the extra period. Jahan Beda in for Pearson.
Yeah, substitution there just gives Elmhurst a little bit more size. Maybe not as much outside shooting. Probably not going to stretch the floor quite as well as Pearson is.
Kolak at the line for the second. Knocks it down. He's got 14. He and Funk lead the Titans in scoring. Trelleborg has 18 to lead all scores. 58-56 Illinois Wesleyan. Now it's Cherry in the left side. Ajahong Beta looks to feed the post. Instead he goes out high to Boone. Hands off to Ajahong Beta. Has a seam. Moves in. Backing down on Funk. Looking. Had the ball poked away and a reach in from behind on Funk.
Yeah, just can't get that extra reach that time. Ajahong Beta's in a tough spot there to start with. And that reach across the top. And Mason does so many good things on the defensive end. Yeah, you can see Ajahong Beta just showed him the basketball there for just a moment. Mason thought he could get a hand on it.
Ajahong Beta at the line for 2, looking to tie the score. First one is good. So in the second half, the Blue Jays had 4 field goals in 21 attempts, and Illinois Wesleyan had 5 blocked shots in the second half. Yeah, 4 blocks than field goals.
Yeah, the Blue Jays have been living off free throws here in the second half.
So now Ajahong Beta going for the tie. He's got 14 points tonight. Make it 15. We're deadlocked once again.
That line drive right there goes down. Blue Jays can make free throws, no doubt about that. Back and forth we go.
4 minutes to go in the OT. Out the handoff. Up top to Nigo. Swings the ball left side to Kolak. Now wide right to Lawrence. Back up top to Carlo Kolak once again. Out of the post to Keel. Keel looking backdoor, flips it across to Mason Funk for the news.
How about Brady Keel? What a great play that time. Oh, he has played so well in that post position. Noah Cleveland being out, and Keel delivers a big pass right there.
60-58, Illinois Wesleyan back in front. Funk now with 16. Ball poked away from Boone. They got sandwiched by 2 or 3 defenders, and they poked it away.
Now we'll see if the Titans can now finally build a 2-possession lead in this game. They have not had that tonight.
Yeah, they've not had the lead of the ball at the same time. Now Funk with 3:15 to go. Top of the key, it's Kolak roaming to the right. Now to Lawrence. Lawrence steps to the left. Now to Jackson Ego. He takes off into the paint. On the drive to Funk. Barrels inside. Flips it up. No, but a foul. That will send Mason Funk to the line for 2.
It's so difficult when he starts getting downhill. Now Illinois Wesleyan's going to come back with David Williams. There's a little bit more defense out front, a little bit more size out front as well. You see them turning the corner right there. And boy, Luke Smith trying to get out of the way the best he can. Mason able to draw that contact.
Funk at the line, 2 for 4 tonight. Strokes the first one through. David Williams in for Wesleyan. Lawrence out with 4 fouls. Pearson to the bench, and Cherry returns for Coach Baines' team. Funk can make this a 2-possession game. He's got 17 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 assists, and now 2 free throws.
He does just about everything for the Titans. We'll see if Illinois Wesleyan get another stop. Keep him off that free throw line.
3 minutes to go in the OT. Smith to the left, off his screen, out to Boone. Well covered there by Keel at the foul line. It's Trelleborg back out to Boone. Boone looks for the handoff to Ajahong Beta. Back to Smith. Smith roams to the right. Smith looking, 10 to shoot. He's covered by Nigo. Smith looking, hooks the ball back out to Boone. The 3 is in and out. Rebound Kolak.
That's a shot that was going in last night for Elmhurst. Not right there. Well, 2.5 to go. Titans up by 4. Let's see if they can hang on.
Jackson Ego setting up on the right side. Top of the key to Funk. Steers the left side to Kolak. Hooks the baseline to Keel. Keel backing down on Boone. They bang, ball poked away. Keel retrieves. Keel back out to Kolak. 8 to shoot. Now to Funk. Calls for the pick. Roams to the right. Funk for 3. Got it!
Holy smokes. Mason Funk put the team on your back. Here we go.
2 minutes to go, a 7-point lead. Coach Baines trying to hurry them up. But the Titans wanted a foul for an elbow. Now Boone looking for the handoff to Trelleborg. Trelleborg backs up. Tough 3. Wide right. Keel the rebound. It is unraveled here with the overtime for the Blue Jays. They've held them to just 2 free throws in the extra minute. And 4 field goals since halftime.
Yeah, amazing defense. And now Illinois Wesleyan will take a timeout. Going to get a little bit more offense on the floor here with Kason Lawrence now coming into the game. 1:37 to go. Amazingly, Illinois Wesleyan up by 7 now here in the contest. Boy, talk about fight in the second half, just playing tremendous defense. And we talked about the Titans not getting any good looks in the first half. Elmhurst has had really struggled to get any good looks here in the second half. As Trelleborg that time, that was a deep 3 there for Elmhurst. And now the Titans have a chance here to really put the dagger in here with this possession with 1:37 to go.
Well, if you want overtime, we'll double your pleasure. The CCIW Women's Championship has gone to extra time as well. And Illinois Wesleyan leads 71-70 with about 3 minutes to go in the extra period there. Here, the Titan men lead by 7 with 1:37 left.
Well, you got to think this basketball is definitely going to go to Mason Funk. He has been tremendous in the second half, firing in that huge 3 a moment ago. Getting to the basket as well. Trying to get him downhill is priority number 1. And if they help off, kick that ball out, they have a number of guys that can knock down 3-point shots from the outside. 17 on the clock here. You'd obviously love to take as much of that time off as you possibly can. On the other side for Elmhurst, Coach Baines talked about his ability to be able to be calm in these situations. That's what you're portraying to your team right now. Hey, we just need to get the stop that's in front of us, get down to the other end, make something happen on the offensive end. There is a long way to go in this game. That's the message that has to be coming out of the Blue Jay huddle.
This is the second overtime game the Titans have played this year. The first one was their first CCIW matchup up in Kenosha. They beat Carthage in overtime, 85-81. Blue Jays have had 2 overtimes. They lost to Milligan and beat North Central. Now with 1:30 to go, shot clock at 8. The lob inside to Keel. Keel down low, looking, finds Funk. The fade from the right elbow, no good. Rebound pulled down by Smith with 1:20.
Got to pick up your man now. Mason getting back down the floor. It's got to be something fast here now for Elmhurst.
Cherry left of the lane, moves in on Lawrence, leans in off the backboard, no, tipped up and around, and no, still won't go. There's a lid on the bucket, and Funk got pulled down after getting the rebound. And a foul.
It's going to be 1-1 here for Illinois Wesleyan down on the other end. Still not shooting 2 shots. Well, that ball just would not go down there for the Blue Jays. And that's Mason Funk right there. That is Mason Funk ripping that ball out that time. Let's see if he can knock down a pair of free throws here to extend this to a 3-possession game.
Funk hit 2 free throws a few moments ago. Now Lawrence out. David Williams back in as they try to protect that 5th foul.
Yeah, David also gives them just a bigger defender as well.
So Funk, a 1-in bonus and perfect on the first. .22 points for Mason Funk. Now looking to make it a 9-point game. And he hits it.
Yeah, he has put the team on his shoulders here in overtime.
67-58. Now with 1:05 to go. Smith looking left of the lane. Has a seam rejected by Keel, and the Titans somehow keep it alive.
That is unbelievable defense again by Illinois Wesleyan. Now is Elmhurst going to give a foul? I think they have to give one here to try to extend the game. The Blue Jays a little bit in shell shock right now.
Yeah, I think
this is
that's
happening to them. Look at this crowd here on their feet. And those guys out on that floor in the gray uniforms deserve every ovation from this crowd tonight. Down 18 at the break, and now find themselves up 9 here in overtime.
So Carlo Kolak at the line. The front end is rimming. Good. Kolak now with his 15th point. As that stretches the lead to 10. Hard to imagine, thinking about where we were a little over an hour ago, as he gets both free throws. The Titans look dead in the water.
Absolutely. At halftime, finding no offense. Elmhurst was playing great.
69-58. Trellenberg launches a 3 on a turnaround, no good. Boone with the rebound underneath. He gets stifled and blocked from behind. And going for the putback, no good. And he'll go to the line for 2 with a 40.3 seconds to go. Nathan Bull picked up the foul.
Well, there's so many accolades for so many different guys in this game. And no bigger than Carlo Kolak and the defense that he has played here in the second half. What a tremendous senior leader of this basketball team.
Going to be Boone at the line. The first one is off the back rim, no good. Brady Keel back in along with Kason Lawrence with 40.3 seconds to go.
Elmhurst right now almost assuredly had an NCAA tournament bid at halftime. Watching it slip away.
Yeah, they'll need a lot of help if they don't get this one. And 1 of 2 free throws for Boone.
Now all you can do now for Elmhurst is got to face guard. Look for a steal on the inbounds and to give a quick foul. You got to extend this game as much as you possibly can here.
69-59 as Funk looks to inbound, runs the end line, looking, gets it in play to Nego. Nego corrals the inbound, he got fouled from behind. Lunging John Witcher, the 6'4" senior from Hudson, Wisconsin, stops the clock with 37.2 seconds to go. Titans are in the double bonus for the rest of the way.
Jackson Nego hit a huge shot, a three-pointer that got the Titans within 2 at 54-52. First free throw up, no good. Remember, the Titans got back within 1 at 50-49. Elmhurst got 4 consecutive free throws to stretch it to 5, and then Jackson Nego knocked down a big 3 for Illinois Wesleyan to get them back within 2 and kind of get the momentum back on their side again.
Nigo, one more try. That one's a little long, and the rebound going to Trellenberg. It's a 10-point game.
Got to have a 3 here if you're Elmhurst. Cannot take a 2.
He's going baseline, leans in. He's trying to get a and 1, but he missed the shot. He'll get 2 free throws.
Yeah, you just don't have enough time right now to take 2s. The only thing that's going to win you the game is going to be knocking down 3-point shots here if you're the Blue Jays.
So Blahout with 28.5 seconds to go. Third foul on Nigo. Blahout 4 points tonight.
Yeah, playing through multiple injuries right now.
His first free throws of the night. 71% for the season. He's long on the first.
Yeah, the rebound is huge now coming off. Got to get this board here now if you're Illinois Wesleyan. Can't let them get a back tap. Can't let them get a 3-point shot off.
Second drive for Blahout. Tried to make it a 3-point game and well short. Kolak the rebound.
Yeah, they're not going to foul. This one's over.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a stunner.
The Titans will dribble out the clock. And a big exhale from Carlo Kolak as he dribbles out the final seconds as the Blue Jays wave the white flag. What a phenomenal comeback. And you can really sense the emotion coming from that Illinois Wesleyan bench. The coaching staff, the players, and Illinois Wesleyan is the 2026 CCIW men's basketball regular season champion and now the tournament champion for the first time in program history.
And what a way to do it. Dead in the water at halftime. That is an exceptional second half for Illinois Wesleyan. Well, you got to feel bad for the Blue Jays of Elmhurst. They gave it everything they had. And you'd love to see 2 teams from the CCIW in the NCAA tournament. And all of us will be rooting for Elmhurst to get in come Monday.
Well, they're a heck of a basketball program, and tough to see it potentially end this way for them. 69-59 the final. Illinois Wesleyan wins it. They'll have the trophy presentation here at center court, so we'll stick with it. And we'll hear from Coach Rose and a player guest as well here in just a little bit. The last time the regular season champion won the conference tournament in the CCIW was Augustana back in 2018.
Wow, that's an unbelievable stat right there.
Another reminder of just how hard it is to win the conference tournament, even when you are the number 1 seed. And Illinois Wesleyan got another reminder with that here tonight.
And number 1 seed, and you have home court advantage as well. And boy, how about this team? Boy, they lose the conference player of the year in Noah Cleveland here for the last couple of weeks. They figure out a way to change things. Guys stepping up. You're down 18 at the break in the conference championship game, and you figure out a way to come back and win. What a gutsy performance by that Illinois Wesleyan team tonight. So proud of the guys.
Hugs all around at midcourt as the Titans celebrate a CCIW championship. Now we send it down to Ben Alcine.
Men's basketball tournament championship plaque. At this time, we ask Illinois Wesleyan captains to step forward and receive the tournament championship plaque. The Titans have won the CCIW tournament title and have an overall record of 23-4 and earned the conference's automatic bid to the NCAA Division III National Tournament with dates and locations yet to be determined. Congratulations to Illinois Wesleyan University, the 2026 CCIW Men's Tournament Basketball Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, in the CCIW women's basketball tournament being played at Carroll University, final score, Illinois Wesleyan 74, Carroll 70. The women's team also won in overtime.
Illinois Wesleyan basketball. So what a night for Illinois Wesleyan basketball. Both the men and women winning the conference tournament championship, and both of them doing it in overtime. The Titan women winning 74-70, and Illinois Wesleyan's men with a remarkable comeback from 19 down to get the win over the Elmhurst Blue Jays, 69-59, the final. Well, we said at the beginning, if they could just get to 67 points, that's been the barrier this year. They've not had a lot of games in the 60s this year. It's been tougher for them to win, even for a defensive-minded team the way they are, but that might have been the best defensive show we've seen all year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that second half, they were tremendous defensively. Elmhurst not able to get any good looks at the basket, and really most of the points for the Blue Jays came at the free throw line. The Titans were playing very aggressive defense as well, but that physical defense gets Illinois Wesleyan the CCIW tournament championship and almost guarantees that the Titans will be playing here at the Shirk Center the first and second round of the NCAA tournament as well. This team has just played tremendous basketball. 17 of the last 18 now coming out on the winning side. Boy, you just can't say enough what the coaching staff has been able to do here.
As we continue here in the postgame show, we'll take a quick break at our player, guest, and coach coming up in a moment. This is the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship on the CCIW Network. Well, welcome back here to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan. The Titans get the victory in overtime, 69-59 in remarkable come-from-behind fashion. Eric Stock with Joel Swanson, Jackson Ego, our player guest. We'll want to keep this short because we know that you've got a chore down there to help cut down the net. Yes, but first, just soak it in for a minute for us.
This is awesome, man. This is what you dream of as a kid. I called my mom on the phone earlier today. We were on FaceTime, and I was just talking to her, telling her how this is everything I've dreamed of to play in big games, championship games. That's why you come to a program like Illinois Wesleyan. And then to have the opportunity to play in a game like this, to play with guys like I played with today, that was just gritty. That was fun. I mean, down 18 and nobody was breaking a sweat. Nobody was worried in the locker room. There was urgency, but there wasn't worry. And I think that's just the trust that we have in each other. And then I think we showed it in the second half. Ideally, you want to do it both halves. But that was fun. That was fun to do it in the second half, really turn it up a notch and play some championship basketball.
Talk about some adjustments you made at halftime, or maybe any adjustments you made at halftime.
Yeah, Coach Rose and the coaching staff did a great job of changing some X's and O's stuff, so we like to play with a little bit more pace. And get the ball in and out a little bit more. I thought we were getting good shots, but you saw the foul count. We were down, and usually we like to be up because that means you're getting to the rim. You know, it's not like you're getting the ticky-tack fouls, but losing the foul count means you're not even giving them the opportunity to call fouls in the paint area. So that's the one thing we focus. And then one thing was just forget all the X's and O's stuff. It's just can we show some grit? So we could change everything we want, but if we get pushed out of our spots and they get all the loose balls and they get 50-50s and they're sprinting and they're beating us down the floor, you have no chance. But it was really just change some X's and O's stuff, but we had to play harder, and I thought we did.
Usually when you have a big deficit, You don't get it back all at once. You just kind of keep chipping away. But you guys made some tremendous runs there to cut that deficit pretty quickly to start the second half.
Yeah, for sure. Ideally, when you're down big like that, and I thought we weren't hitting shots, and you're down 18 at half, the general frame is you want to be down 10, or you want to be down 10 under 10.
Yep.
So with about 10 minutes left, you want to be down 10, 12-8 in that range. You give yourself a chance to play some possession ball games, and we did that. I think we cut it to 10 with 16 minutes left or something like that.
It was really very quick.
It was quick, which is idea, but in our head, that's not what our goal was. Our goal was to chip away at it, and that was just extra.
Can you pick out one point where you really felt like, hey, the momentum has completely switched in this particular game?
There's a couple times that the Shirk Center got going, but one in particular was when Brady Keel tied that ball up. I think it was like the second, maybe like our first possession of the second half.
Yeah.
Just even if the ball didn't go our way, I think the ball went their way. It was like he's getting on the ground. I love that, and that just sets the tone for the whole team.
Yeah, what happened there was you thought it was going to be a tie-up. They called a kicking violation against Elmhurst. It gave you the basketball.
Yeah.
But right there, it set the tone. Hey, we are going to play extremely hard and aggressive in the second half.
Yeah, for sure, and that's just a gritty play, and it just set the tone.
We're going to let you get down there to help cut the neck. You seen your teammate Brady Keel up. We want to talk to him.
Yes, sir. BK, let's go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jackson.
Awesome.
Great job. Congratulations.
Illinois Wesleyan gets the victory in overtime, 69-59. Yeah, Brady had some big moments as well, but Jackson, a couple of big shots, a big three, driving a layup to tie the game. I believe it was the first time they'd tied the game. But defensively, the performance was remarkable. He led the team in plus-minus of +17 for the game tonight.
Yeah, he certainly did a nice job on Luke Smith, a talented point guard for Elmhurst. Did a great job keeping him out of the lane. And the thing about Luke Smith is once he starts getting downhill in the dribble drive, he can pull up for that jump shot. Jackson did a great job displacing space, able to get into that shot as much as he possibly could. And boy, Smith struggled to be able to find points. And the point guards did a tremendous job just pressuring the basketball in the second half for Illinois Wesleyan. That set the tone for their defense.
Another thing that stands out is that the Blue Jays were held to just 4 field goals in the second half and overtime, while the Titans blocked 6 shots in that time as well. Just incredible as the Titans come back and get the victory. All right, Brady. We don't want you to get hurt after a night like this.
I know, yeah.
So just how are you processing all this right now?
I mean, that was a roller coaster of a game if I've ever seen one. Highest of the highs, lowest of the lows, but it ended out really fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super happy right now.
Where do you talk about halftime? What was halftime like? Adjustments made, even just the conversation that was there.
Yeah, we were all pretty fired up in there. That's just, that first half isn't really who we are. So I feel like we kind of splintered a little bit. We didn't come together. And really who we've been all year is we come together. So I think we really had to hone in on that coming in for the second half, and I think we did, and that really showed. That's what got us going.
Yeah, talk about just the aggressive defense in the second half that really turned this game in your favor.
Yeah, first half we were really letting them get to whatever spot they wanted to, and they weren't letting us get to our spots, and that was really getting us out of whack. So kind of pushing them out was really beneficial for us, kind of not letting them run what they wanted to run. They were running a lot of that, the back screen stuff, so kind of getting in the way. We kind of got our groove there, and I think that's really what helped us out.
One of their goals is to get number 1 Dominic Trellenberg in that post area. Short post, high post, whatever that looks like. Talk about the senior leader, Carlo Kolak, and his fight to keep Dominic out of those positions.
Yeah, Carlo's been amazing all year. He's shown that he's a great perimeter defender, and I think tonight that he showed that he can play inside a little bit too. The beginning of the game, Dom got him a couple times inside, and then he really took some pride in the defense. I think he was instrumental in the end there, taking Dom out. I mean, at the end of the game, for fourth quarter, or end of the second half, he had that good defensive stand, and I think that was really good for us.
Talk about your weak side defense. As that guy's driving and you're coming from the weak side, what are you looking for at that point?
Yeah, so just trying to protect the rim a little bit.
You're really good at it.
Yeah, we try. I think we got a lot of guys on our team that are really good at, even if a guy beats his man, it's not going to be easy to score.
Yep.
There's people up there that are going to swat shots, and I think that's what makes us so dynamic on defense.
Well, they are continuing to cut down the net. They've just about wrapped it up. But just what does this night mean to you to be a part of Titan basketball history?
Yeah. I mean, this is why you come to Illinois Wesleyan, not only to play in games like this, but to win games like this. And to do this at Shirk Center, we have the greatest fans in the country, I guarantee it. Everybody was amped up, and I think that's what really helped us turn it around, too, in the second half, just getting our fans behind us. And, yeah, this is awesome to do it here.
And it's not over yet. Not done yet. Got at least one more game after tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Keep it rolling.
Well, congratulations on the win. Terrific performance tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing you somewhere next weekend, wherever the Titans are playing. Hopefully it's back here.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Brady. Congratulations to Brady Keel joining us here on the post-game show as Illinois Wesleyan wins the CCIW men's basketball tournament championship. There's still a couple of strands of the net to cut down, and Coach Rose will be making his way up here in just a moment as we continue here on the post-game show. Jason Alcine's going to get a cut there. Almost finished. And now Coach Rose making his way up. Well, there have been a lot of special moments in the last 20 years of Illinois Wesleyan basketball, and of course many before that. I got to think this ranks fairly high on the list.
It was certainly an improbable comeback.
Yeah.
As poorly as we played the first half, we played even better the second half. And super proud of this group. You know, it's kind of been an against all odds group all year. And you love when they're getting rewarded this way. And we talked about the Shirk magic, and there's something to it. This place started rocking. We started getting the momentum, and once this place is behind you, it's hard not to find a way to win.
Coach, I talked to Eric at halftime, and I said, hey, this team this year has some bulldog in them. They're not going to lay down in the second half. They might not come back and win, but they are not going to lay down in the second half, and they showed it right off the bat in half number 2.
Well, I think we dove for a couple loose balls right off the bat, and cutting into that lead right away was critical. You know, we got that thing down to 10 fast, and really the goal, you know, we don't do media timeouts during the year, but media timeouts really chunk the game up into 4-minute battles. And so the goal was just to win the first 4 minutes by 1. So I don't care what we do. Let's get out there and let's play the way we play. Let's turn the tide and just win it by 1. The goal, I said, we can get this thing to 10 points with 5-6 minutes to go, we're going to have a chance. Well, certainly, I'm glad they didn't listen in that part. That they cut that, and you know, I do think the seed made a difference. The fact that Elmhurst had a hard-fought game Tuesday, I thought, you know, the last 5-10 minutes, you know, they lost their legs and were a little tired.
Talk about Carlo Kolak. He guards Van Landingham Friday night. Totally different player in Trellenberg tonight. Keeps him out of the post pretty much the entire second half. What a job defensively that young man
Carlo's been doing it all year.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I've said it to you before, we didn't recruit him as a defender.
Yeah.
But I think a role model like Hakeem Williams, he saw the value of having a guy that you can put on the best player and make it really hard. Now, I'll say this. Carlo wasn't very good the first half, and Trellenberg was special.
He was hitting shots.
Oh, my goodness. He's such a good player. There's a reason he's a unanimous first-teamer. I mean, he's such a hard guard. Size, shoot it, post you up. But Carlo got to another gear the second half, and there was a level of focus. Like, first half we got backdoored right off the tip. It was an action we knew Elmhurst was going to run. They scored. And I give Elmhurst all the credit in the world. They took the fight to us off the get-go. Like, we couldn't even get to our spot. We were trying to cut and get somewhere, and we couldn't get there. And we kind of shelled up, and we didn't do hard very well. And then all of a sudden, the second half, we did hard really well.
Do they need coach here?
Your turn. I think it's
my turn. Hey, thank you guys. You make this really special. and we really appreciate you.
Yep, congratulations, Coach.
We can talk next week for sure.
That sounds great.
Yep.
Hopefully right here at the Shirk Center.
We hope so.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations once again on the championship. And he's got one last cut through the net to officially
I'd like to see
cap
this
off this
actually
championship.
here. So.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at this.
Yeah, this is a moment right here, and Coach Rose back-to-back years will be able to cut down the net. But wonderful to do it on the home court today. Much deserved.
Yeah, first time the Titans have been able to do this here on their home floor in the conference championship. Well, they got to do it here at Shirk Center back in 2014 when they clinched a bid to the Final Four.
Yeah, we
so many of the postseason wins have been somewhere else, not at Shirk Center.
Absolutely, and a great moment. You know, the conference tournament was kind of a bugaboo for the Titans there for such a long time. Just couldn't break through and win the conference tournament. Now to go back-to-back here for Illinois Wesleyan. And we were talking to Coach Rose. I was going to ask him, it looked like as that second half went along, Mason Funk was just not going to let them loose.
Right.
He put the team offensively on his back. He was just not going to let them lose tonight. He had that look in his eyes, and Mason is the ultimate competitor, and everybody else just kind of played off of that energy. But what a win, and I think you and I have seen a lot of Titan basketball, but I can't remember a game quite like this with how much was on the line.
So the Titans, with the automatic bid into the NCAA tournament, they were going anyway, but now it's just about a certainty that they will be back here next weekend in the opening round of the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, you hope right now that you can take a little bit of a break, enjoy this at least for a day, especially the accomplishment that was done here, the way it was done, and then get ready for that first round opponent here at the Shirk Center, because, boy, this team right here deserves to celebrate tonight.
The final numbers tonight: Illinois Wesleyan shot 38% from the floor, only 25% of the first half, but 50% in the second half and overtime. 25 of 66, 6 of 29 from three-point range. Rough in the first half, only 2 of 18, but for the remainder of the game, 4 out of 11. They were 13 of 18 from the free throw line for 72%. While the Blue Jays shot 18 of 51. How about this? 58% of the first half. For the remainder of the game, 4 out of 27. They ended up 35% for the game. 8 of 23 from three-point range for 35%. 15 of 19 from the free throw line for 79%. Titans won the battle of the boards, and remember, they were -5 in the first half and ended up +4 for the game. That includes 16 offensive rebounds. It was 41-37 for the Titans. Titans had 6 turnovers. Blue Jays had 13, and the Titans had 7 block shots in the win. Mason Funk had 2 of them. He led them with 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Carlo Kolak, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks. Brady Keel, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks. Kason Lawrence, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Nathan Bolt, 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the floor. David Williams, no points, but 2 assists. Anthony Kemp and Connor Williams did not score. Williams had 3 rebounds. For the Blue Jays, Dominic Trellenberg led them with 18 points and 8 rebounds. Vinny Adajungbeta had 15 points. Talon Pearson had 9 points. Luke Smith, 8. Aiden Boone, 5 points, 10 rebounds. Sebastian Blahud had 4. While E.J. Marshall, Jack Cherry, Andy Colvin, John Witcher did not score. Blue Jays, don't want to say they end their season because we don't know for sure. They're 19-10. We hope there is room for them in the field of 64 next week. The numbers indicate, as of before the game, it was unlikely that they could get in without a win, but this conference is good enough for at least 2 teams in the NCAAs.
Yeah, the number 4 ranked conference in the NPI. Elmhurst looks like they're going to be just out. Hopefully it works out for them. They're able to find a bid on Monday. And, well, you got to feel bad for the Blue Jays. Dominic Trellenberg, that shot at the end of regulation seemed like it was halfway down, pops back out, and then Illinois Wesleyan dominates the overtime period.
They got the championship shirts out already, and they'll have a little time to celebrate before they get ready for the NCAA tournament. We'll find out midday Monday where they are headed for the opening weekend. And the same for the women, as they ended up beating Carroll in overtime, 74-70. An overtime twin bill for Illinois Wesleyan basketball, and a special night for both Ron Rose and Maya Smith's teams.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What a tremendous comeback by the Titans. Great to be a part of it tonight. Illinois Wesleyan rolls on to the NCAA tournament, but celebrate tonight. Titans, well, you deserve it.
Our thanks to our crew here at Shirk Center tonight and all season long. Tyler Wilson, Cody Buzzcall, Nicole Duma, Stacy Agiola, Lola Avila, and Caleb Swanson. For Joel Swanson, I'm Eric Stock saying so long from Shirk Center. Again, our final score at the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship, Illinois Wesleyan 69, Elmhurst University 59 in overtime. This has been the CCIW Men's Basketball Championship on the CCIW Network.